Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
Hi, I'm Andrew. I play Mako, a firebender from the Fire Nation.
Hi, I'm Archie. I play Aquila, a bloodbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
G'day, I'm Brandon. I play Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hi, my name's Bree and I play Shurva, a weapon specialist from the Fire Nation.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I play Al, an airbender from the Northern Air Temple.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello! Hello! Welcome back, everybody, to the Lost Archives, where no technical difficulties have been experienced tonight. We're all very, very excited to be jumping back into Avatar Legends, our favourite Avatar the Last Airbender themed RPG system, tabletop RPG system, and the only Avatar Last
I was going to say, is it our favourite because it's the only one?
That's my favourite.
And holding out me, is there another?
I mean, technically it's also my least favourite.
Sorry, Magpie Games. We're very much enjoying and loving Avatar the Last Airbender tabletop RPG, otherwise known as Avatar Legends. Welcome back to our campaign, Embers of War, set during the time after Roku's death, but before Aang's discovery as the new Avatar. Been a pretty interesting ride. I've got a really good recap coming soon. Odds on bringing back the out of sync fire part of the old intro. Look, it's not even odds at this stage.
To change it.
It's a guarantee at some point that it's going to happen. It's just inevitable at this stage. I could just hear in the background the fire. Just ready to drop. Andrew's camera just, like, as I said that, Andrew's camera just disappeared. It's like perfect timing. We'll be doing a bit of a recap to catch everyone up on what happened last session in a moment, but before we do have some fun news to share. Obviously, we are absolutely smashing through our Curse of Strahd campaign and our Return of the Giant campaigns, our two D&D 5th edition adventures. Curse of Strahd being a pre-written module, and Return of the Giants being a completely homebrew adventure. We actually have some exciting news for Return of the Giants. One of the old cast members, an OG member of the Lost Archives cast from the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, Simon, is coming back to join us for the foreseeable future in Return of the Giants. I'm saying Return of the Dragons, that's all. Return of the Giants, which is going to be very, very exciting. His character concept that he's come up with, I think, particularly will resonate well with Archie. So there's a subclass of Druid Archie called Wildfire Druid, where you can summon like a little companion that looks like a flaming, it looks like a little flaming creature. He's basing it, because it's a Wildfire Druid, on Ash Ketchum. So he's going to be a Pokemon master, but with the Wildfire Druid, and I think he's going to call himself Ember Cordum. It's like just as an extra level of. So it's going to be interesting. I think we're still sort of figuring out his character concept, but we had a bit of a chat today, and it sounds like he's going to go for the Wildfire Druid, which I'm very excited for. Wildfire Druid is one of my favorite classes of Druid, which does bring the total number of Druids in that campaign, when Claire and Michael will join us, up to 3. So it's a heavy Druid campaign. We've got a what do they call it? Astral Druid, the Star Sign Druid. We've got a Spore Druid, and now we've also got the Pokemon Trainer. Wildfire Druid. So that's going to be loads of fun. Very excited to see that. But I thought you might like that, Archie. And when we get the build all sorted out and maximized for Pokemon enjoyment, I'll send you through if you ever wanted to play as it, because the stuff that you can do to make it like a Pokemon trainer is actually insane. There's so many things you can do to just heighten that particular flavor. So I thought you'd be a fan, and I wondered if you'd like me to do a bit of a reflavor, so rather than fire, it was water type. And then you can actually play as Archie. from Team Aqua.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Done.
I'd also like to have a Bulbasaur.
And we're not going to get into why that is because I don't want to be demonetized. We're very, very excited to be coming back to play Avatar Legends. Dave has some exciting news. Dave, what exciting purchase did you make in the last 48 hours?
Well, I made a couple for my birthday. So I pre-ordered the ROG Ally, which is the handheld Windows 11 PC. I ordered it late May, and this morning, 9 a.m. when JB opened, I was first there, waiting to pick it up. I was the only one there. No one else came early, but yeah, because I think JB's a bit precautious because Oceania Market doesn't have the Steam Deck, so hasn't wet their lips with handheld PCs before. So I think they're doing like an order on demand kind of thing at the moment until we can get the accessories and have a feel, because it's very much not a console. Yeah, the Steam Deck's a console-ish.
Yeah.
The Switch is a console, whereas this is like a Windows laptop, which comes with a whole bunch of Windows bloat that you need to like sift through. So it's pretty cool. I love it. It's bloody amazing, but I'm also a technophile, so yeah.
Now, you have installed one game on it. I'm going to put a poll in chat. For those who know Dave well, which game he installed?
There's a game that I use to test the feel of like input latency, because I've played this so much that I know when there's a latency when it doesn't feel right. So yeah, that's why I thought it's my test game.
It's Tetris. He got it. He got it. No, obviously you guys are
fact, man. Yeah. You can see HDR.
It's Gallagher.
You can see the frames.
It's the only way to test the real power of the Ally is to just really install like all of these old style arcade games that genuinely can run on a potato. It's really important you install these on your.
Is it Honey Pop?
Well, the latest version of Tetris is on Games Pass. Tetris Effect with a whole bunch of.
We're not sponsored by Games Pass. I swear to God, someone who watches
the ROG Ally
this
also comes with 3 months of free Games Pass Ultimate.
We're not sponsored.
That's why it's on Windows. That's what I did with the Steam Deck on Linux. You can't use Game Pass on Linux. You need the Windows.
This isn't sponsored. We're not sponsored by Game Pass. I don't know why Dave Maybe Dave's sponsored by Game Pass. I always called it Dave's Pass then. That's pretty funny.
Dave's
Pass. Hey, we have a winner. Mad Flower 20. Oh, you got it.
You didn't even make a poll.
I didn't have time. I was too busy laughing at Dave's Pass. Oh, mate. Oh dear. We have a winner. It is, of course, Rocket League, the only game that Dave actually plays nowadays.
Yeah, my Steam library is overflowing with AAA titles I spend so much money on, but I just play Rocket League.
Yep.
I just collect
He
the other
also
titles
streams
apparently.
Rocket League.
He does also stream Rocket League, twitch.tv/chopsuey.
When are you going to
Yeah,
pro
it's
for
true.
OCE? It's gonna be soon. We need good pro teams here. Look at you, Dave. You need to represent
Yeah, we'll be
Australia.
streaming Wednesday night or Thursday. No, sorry, not Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday night after Return of the Giants. Or
I was going to say
like
for a
Thursday
second,
night.
like when you said Wednesday night, I'm like, you have a commitment on Wednesday nights, Dove.
God damn it,
It's the
Dove.
new season, so we'll be grinding
God.
ranks.
And
I
when do you
asked
fit in
Darren if he would ever play it, and he doesn't like it compared to Trackmania purely because it's a team-based game.
That really checks out with
Play
me.
That's his
1v1.
whole reason.
That frankly makes sense.
He used to play Rocket League a lot, though.
But he kept getting let down
Yeah,
by
he
his
plays
teammates.
Trackmania or what?
I think he let them down, to be honest.
Brutal. That is rough. The other fun, exciting news I have is that there are loads more Tears of the Kingdom episodes coming every single day on YouTube. That's right, every single day there's going to be a brand new episode of Tears of the Kingdom until I finish the game. It's still a while away. It's a big game.
How many
and I
hours
keep-
in are you?
Oh my god, I don't know. Many. I can tell you that I've got at least because each like recording goes for roughly 40 minutes, and I've already recorded and edited about 38. That's not including grind time outside of that. So there's a couple of 100 hours there already. So many, or lots, one of those options. Yeah, too many, and yeah, the grinding in the depth. What was that? Sorry.
Not a minute wasted.
Not a minute wasted. I agree. No, so
said
enough hours to put out a new episode every day. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you, chat. Enough hours to put out an episode every day. So yeah, too many hours of Tears of the Kingdom. But yeah, new episodes coming out every day. There is not very much grind being recorded anymore. It's mostly just the story. So if you're jumping on now and watching, it's a really good time too, because it's just all the main quests and side quests and exploration and construction. And so yeah, so lots of Tears of the Kingdom content until I finish the game. At which point I've had someone request that I go back and do a Witcher 3 playthrough. Given that the last time I tried to do a Witcher playthrough on Twitch, it opened with a couple of mods interacting with each other and causing the characters' faces to melt off themselves. I have fixed that issue since that particular incident, but I will definitely go back and play Witcher 3. Witcher 3.
I mean, it's not Witcher 3. It's just you just play Gwen. We know this.
I know. it was. That's actually such a good. It was a lot of hours of Gwent, and that was the same with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I ended up just mostly streaming Orlog games because I get to a place and be like, ooh, Orlog. Could probably find myself a nice new tile. Oh. And then I would spend the next 2 hours fighting them for Orlog supremacy. No, so very, very exciting. I have also had a number of people request that I give Cyberpunk another go once I finish up Tears of the Kingdom. I'm considering it. I know my first foray into Cyberpunk on day one release was not great. I think we now know why, given the updates that CDK Projekt Red have put through to fix Cyberpunk after its day one release.
What do you mean? Cyberpunk was great.
Perfectly stable game. Gwent 3. Yeah, it's just Gwent 3. Literally just Gwent 3. Otherwise, I'm also a little bit hyped for Starfield, mostly because it's Bethesda, and I'm
on
not
Games
ashamed.
Pass.
Oh, I fucking
That it is.
Day one on Games Pass.
That's the cheapest way to get it. Just saying.
Well, it's not the
Sold.
cheapest technically, but the cheapest legal way to get it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that though. Yeah, so I will admit I'm a bit of a Bethesda hype boy. I really enjoy all of the Bethesda games. I love Skyrim, I love Fallout, except Fallout 76. We didn't talk about Fallout 76.
That wasn't a real game.
What game?
That,
They announced DLC for that as well, though.
Fallout 76.
Yeah, there's new DLC coming out for that.
I wish someone cared. So we'll. If you do genuinely enjoy Fallout 76, apologies. I've only played 2 hours of it, but I was very upset because I was expecting something a bit different to what I got. I think because I obviously didn't pay enough attention to the marketing material. No Man's Sky. So yeah, I'm also very excited for very excited for Starfield. So I will obviously try and do a playthrough of that. And Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out soon, and I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Too many good things. It's too many things. Oh, New Vegas. Could you New Vegas?
I feel like
New Vegas.
Baldur's Gate 3 is almost a game that we could play on Saturdays.
I don't have Saturdays free anymore for the next foreseeable
Or a
future.
day that's not Saturday.
I think what I was about to say is I will try and find another day. Baldur's Gate 3 could be a good one, especially with get 4 people together, doing it as an adventuring party. Although that whole intro, 2 hours from the early access, I've played it through so many times now. I don't know if I can do it again.
What's one more time?
Speedrun it. Let's go.
Speed.
I haven't played it, so
Yeah, I have
really
not,
fun.
so I would love to.
Yeah, I've played it a couple of times though.
It's really good. I think there's Dragonborn coming out soon. I'm excited to play Dragonborn.
Yes.
I think it'll look awesome.
That's a full thing.
Right, that's enough. That's enough distraction. Technically, this isn't a derail, and I don't want this showing up as a derail because we haven't railed yet. I am about to rail us. Wait,
Is
that didn't come out right. That didn't come out right.
Okay, Chief.
Just gonna come back and edit that bit. I'm gonna get us on track with the campaign. Fucking hell. Sorry.
Crazy.
Do you know when
I'm
things sound
excited.
better in your head than they do out loud?
Yeah. That was the session I was like, oh, dude, sick. I'm railing my party. What?
I railed them all together, all at the same time. Oh my goodness. Why are we doing that voice as well? Let me do a quick recap to get us back on track so we can have a lovely session of the family-friendly campaign Avatar Legends. Alrighty. I've got the giggles, hang on. Our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Aquila of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. Chat, I swear to God, if you keep putting me off, I can't look at you right now. You're making me laugh too much. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island home, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team are currently on the trail of the 4 elemental spirits in an attempt to calm their rage and undo the damage done by a careless wish made of the whale spirit of the Sea-Wong Desert. With 2 spirits appeased and only 2 to go, the team are in high spirits. Now on the trail of a kidnapped librarian from the Eastern Air Temple, the group have passed through into an area of swampland known as the Foggy Swamp, a vast network of canals and banyan trees all surrounding this enormous central growth, this massive central tree. Knowing that members of the Guiding Wind, a group of, I think, splinter air nomads would probably be the best way to describe them, who feel that the air nomads have lost their touch with their true spiritual succession, the group have now interacted with the benders of the Foggy Swamp, the waterbenders known as swamp benders, after a terrible night's sleep endured by Mako and Aquila on a water-soaked and rotten pontoon set up next to the village. The group have reunited and now travel towards the, I'd say probably the southeastern end of the large banyan grove tree, knowing that the air nomads were last seen not too far from that area. Accompanied by a guide who's been taking them through the nearby area, the group stopped off right at the roots of the large tree last session, right before witnessing a massive leech-like creature, jagged circular teeth emerging from the water before ducking below again. High above, a sky bison flies overhead, piloted by members of the Guiding Wind. And that is where we left off last session. What would you guys like to do? We left off literally just as you had gotten Mango up out of the water onto the large root section emerging from the dark, muddy waters, rising high above. But this sort of slow gradient as it comes out of the water, a perfect resting spot for Mango, large enough for Mango to easily walk up the side of this massive root section. All of you, I'd say at this point, are still on Mango's saddle, or in Al's case, at the front, helping guide Mango as she moves through the swamplands, with your lovely guide, the old man, who's actually not on the boat with you.
Just quickly.
Hello.
What was his name again?
Did you not write it down?
Yeah, I did. I can't read.
Jed. What do you mean you can't read it? What? It's 3 letters. All of them quite visually distinct.
This is Deb?
Yeah. Oh, it's Debbie.
Yeah, cool. That's what I had. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, Jed,
Old Jed.
Jed, who is known by the other swamp benders as Old Jed, on account of
Oh,
their
Jay.
Old
Just
Jed.
Jed.
And that, Gerald.
Yes,
It
Gerald.
squiggles off at the end there. Fun fact. No. I'm not going to be the one who derails
No,
this.
come on.
Carry on. No. Not falling for it.
That was
I
cool.
wanna-
Whoa.
That was. Oof.
I've got channel points.
just-
I thought we got off of Mango.
No.
In that case, then, you're
We
standing on the large...
actually,
Because I
so-
told
next
Archie
to
to put
Mango.
his hand in the water and see if he could feel anything in there, and he nearly got his hand bitten off.
Yeah, and
That's how he
someone was
found
standing
the
in
elbow leech.
And someone
Yeah.
else was standing in the dirt. Mud.
Yeah, so in that case, then, as Al leads Mango up on top of the root section rising above the waterline, the rest of you are standing on the muddy banks of this very small island that has formed around the edge of the larger taproots from this massive banyan tree. Archie, as you pull your hand away, this enormous maw, roughly about 1 meter wide, emerges from the dark, fetid swamp water. These rows of jagged teeth, almost for a moment, look like they're spinning as the creature twists its head to spin around to try and grab onto you. But as you pull your hand away, it closes over nothing. The water then pulling back as this long, slimy, serpent-like body disappears below into the dark gloom before, with a very almost silent motion, just sliding back below the dark water out of view.
Whoa, that was close. Don't touch the water.
Jed, what was that?
I don't know, looked like some sort of leech. A pretty big one, though. I've not seen one that big for some time. Looks like that could take a whole man. Or woman. I'm sure the leeches do not discriminate.
That's good to know.
Comforting to know and still terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Could we, like,
Maybe we should get away
get
from
young
the
Jed.
water.
Me the Leech demands a sacrifice.
There can only be one Jed.
It can
We've
only
already
be one.
given him a knife. It's fine.
Now,
He knows what he must
before
do.
I forget as well, there's one more thing we should do before I forget that's not a derail. Shurva, you have actually reassigned your protector's burden. Would you like to reveal who your new ward is?
I have.
Jed.
So
Jed.
to explain Protector's
Young Jed.
to explain Protector's burden a little bit, at the beginning of each session, I have to do a roll. If it is above a 7, if it's some kind of success, then I can use it to find things out about what my ward's doing, what's a danger to them right now, those kinds of things. I failed it, and every time you fail, you have to move away from center towards self-reliance, I believe by 2. I was on the edge of going over, even with all of the times that I've managed to convince Owen to bring me back one. So I was this close to going over the edge. I would have had to go over the edge to keep Mako as my ward because I failed it too many times. Which is why the last couple of sessions I've been very much, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, like fuck that guy, like piss off. Because 2 sessions ago, I actually failed and renamed my ward. So my new ward, the person who Shurva is laying her life down to protect at all times, is Al.
Sherpy.
that awkward moment when Rung goes to Chen goes, oh shit, was
Shurva's
Chen.
not here. I
She
failed.
chose long
No.
ago.
So Al is now the person that I would fight to protect because canonically, Al is very naive, very young, and the more Shurva gets to know him, the more she realizes that he really doesn't know a lot about the world. So she starts to feel that protective bond with him. Whereas Mako has done less stupid things recently, so she can kind of rely and trust on him to not really get in
Just more
danger
aggressive
as
things.
much.
That's true.
Have you been watching any of
Recent
the
of these
streams?
things, I can think of a few things very recently.
If you too have not caught up
compared to
with
the
recent
beginning.
episodes, you can do so at twitch.tv/D&D.
Like, compared to
One
very,
involves
very
cover
early
when
in the
it counts.
campaign, where she thought she had to help him all the time because he wasn't able. Remember, he wasn't able to fight. He was not trained in any kind of like martial arts, combat skills, military, anything like that. So his firebending has gotten way better. He can control it a lot better than before the campaign started, and he's able to be trusted to at least keep himself alive a little bit more. That's not to say that me failing several times with Al on this protector's burden doesn't mean it's going to go straight back to Mako. Like, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so for now, Al is the person that Shurva is laying her life down to protect.
And has she expressed this to Al in any way, or is it
No,
just like-
not at all. Not at all. So the only things that I've done differently in character is staying with you instead of going with Mako when he went to town and being like, no, like he's fine, he's on his own, he's all right, and kind of sticking to you a little bit more. So
I guess in a way as well, it's kind of an
Shurva's
evolution.
Like that thing of like Woody, where he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Then just drops the Woody doll. It's like all sad falling.
I was literally about to say the polar opposite of that statement. I was gonna say, it's also an evolution of Shurva and Marco's friendship, which is now based on mutual trust and respect. That's what I was about to say.
yeah, not just being.
Wow, so which one is it, Shurva?
Like it's
Your
a
interpretation.
mixture. It's a mixture of that like mutual trust and respect, and also she's kind of getting sick of having to chase him around all the time. Like when he and Aquila both left, not last session before, she was like, "No, you know what? You think you know fucking best? Off you go, then off you pop, love. Like good fucking luck to ya."
Became British.
Look.
All right, then, love. Good fucking
So,
It's a Mako victory.
It's a
but
Mako
it was also
victory.
really good because it means that my balance is back at center for the first time since we started this campaign. I've always been so close to the edge, and then I like convince Owen to let me come back a little bit. Anyway, moving on.
No, I'm really pleased we explained that because I realized that we hadn't actually verbalized that.
I
On
meant
stream?
to explain it last session, but because I was sick,
Yeah.
I was very kind of out of it, and I think you took a lot of pity on me last session and just didn't make me talk a lot, which was really nice.
I was also
So-
distracted by the. Oh, so you go, Dave.
I can't wait for Al and Shurva to become the best of friends. And you're the best
Rung's
of
gonna get
friends.
jealous.
Just Rung sitting there at the
Rung's
corner
all
with his pet
Guardian,
rock, being
right?
like, "One day he'll come back to me." Rocky.
Well, remember, before Rung changed playbook, Rung was Al's
Yeah, the
guardian.
Guardian to Al, yeah,
I was gonna
exactly.
say, he's
We've
such
all kind of had some
great
pet
board.
nurturing roles.
He's so good. Take care of my boy.
They grow up so fast.
How's
Rung,
that
you,
rock
barely,
band
you
doing?
barely ever protected me anyway. Yeah, but it's the thought that counts.
Threw rocks at my
I
head
spent
with
money for the
messages
first
on
week
them.
last week. Yeah.
That was protection.
Oh
Who
my
thinks you're
goodness.
different in the kingdom?
How a year
to be
changes things.
different. We show love and affection by physical injury, preferably via the
Can
medium
take it.
and vector of rocks. Brilliant.
Good rock.
So, as you guys move away from the water, and Jed looks and goes, "That was some sort of really big leech." Yeah, don't. I wouldn't touch that. I would go near that water if there's a leech that big in there. That's a bit spooky. I wonder if we caught it though. Maybe we could like cook it up. Do you reckon leech meat tastes good? We haven't actually
How
tried
would
to
a
cook
leech
leech meat.
live out of water?
Make good jerky.
Be kind of bloody, wouldn't it?
Try it out.
Yeah,
with
we
a
normally-
stick. Be like irony. Jerky.
I'd imagine it would shrivel up quite small once all that blood gets cooked out of it. That's why it's so plump.
That's what she said.
Dave, you're better than that. And you know it.
I'm
I
not-
expect
I'm
this
really
from
not.
Andrew.
I expect
or
that from
Archie.
Andrew.
Like, oh.
But
Shouldn't
you
be
know
interrupting
I
Al
was
already.
I was thinking it.
Surely I wasn't the only one that heard it.
No.
It's been my ward for 2 fucking
You literally just bet
seconds.
me to it. That's all it was.
That was Dave, not Al, just for the record.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried leech meat before. I imagine it's quite juicy. But it's a good point. Maybe it probably dries up quite quickly when you take it out of the water.
Salt. Wait, no, not salt.
I think salt would definitely dry it up.
The salt definitely dried up, yes.
You know, salt's
Yeah.
actually kind of hard to
Yeah,
come by
yeah.
in the swamp.
Maybe if we ask Aquila later on really nicely, he could get us a couple of leeches, you know?
You reckon he could
Kidding.
control them like puppets?
What? What? Hang on. Do you Northern Tribe Waterbenders know a technique to control leeches like puppets?
Well, if they're like full of water,
I've
it'd
never
be the same basis as
controlled
blood
them.
bending, right?
I've never really
I'm
seen
sorry,
a
what
leech
bending?
before.
I ain't never heard no
That's
blood
the-
bending. What is
Yeah,
blood bending?
blood bending. Like blood, like a brood. Like
We
a
did talk
brood
about it last
thing.
session.
I don't think you talked
briefly.
about it in front of Jed though, did you?
No.
No, from
not in front of-
Jed.
No, in front of Jed.
We mentioned blood bending and he was like, "Oh, we would get rid of those people."
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So he's heard of it before.
Yeah. So you keep bringing up this thing called blood bending. That sounds like a nasty, evil sort of technique.
It really is. We've run into a couple of really nasty people who know how to do it. That's why we know so much.
It seems really convenient though, because like, if you waterbend, you have to carry a bottle of water with you everywhere. But like, you are a bottle of blood, so.
What are you talking about? I never have to carry a bottle of water with me anywhere I go. There's always water where I go.
You live in the swamp, though. It's a little bit
Wait,
different.
You
Exactly.
drink the swamp water?
Of course. Watch this. Holds out his hand, starts pulling up a little vein of water, which he summons into a sphere of clear water. You just have to
Yeah,
bend
I
the
like
water.
Clear
Okay.
water.
You just bend the water.
So you-
All the gross stuff just comes
Did
away.
you just... What? You can do that?
This goes back to like our conversation about if you could bend pee.
Pretty basic water bending. You just pull the
You
water.
bend
You
it.
just pull the water out. It's pretty basic water bending. Any water bender could do this.
So is that how you get salt? By like water bending your own sweat?
Oh, salt. I was gonna say salt's hard to come by in the swamp. I never thought to bend salt out of our own sweat. That's genius. Oh my god, we've
There'd be
been
so much bacteria
overpaying.
on that though.
We've been
That salt
paying
would
people for
be-
salt. No, but salt kills nasty things. That's what salt's for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could just make our own salt. We have to keep buying all this expensive salt from the coast.
Or you could
from
just
the
go to salt water
Wait, where are you
and
buying
like
salt
just take
from?
the water out of the salt water.
I'd imagine we're quite far away from the ocean. Like we're like kind
Yeah,
of middle.
You are,
Just go back up
we are
that
pretty
way.
far away from the ocean.
Go
It's a
back
bit
that
of a,
way.
it's a bit of a paddle if you gotta go that. And there's some like land in the way, and then there's an earthbending, Earth Kingdom village there. They don't like us very much. They call us filthy swamp benders and chase us off when we come too close. But the next village along, they're happy to trade with us.
Which village?
What village is that? Yeah, they sound terrible.
The village that chases us off, or the ones who trade with us?
Yeah, the one that chases you off.
The ones that chase you off.
I don't know what the one that chases us off is called. They never let us get close enough.
Do they have a really big statue?
No statues as far as I can see.
Okay.
Oh, but the other village is lovely. They only charge us fish and all sorts of stuff in barter.
What village is that?
It is Feng Village, Feng Village. It's quite a small community, maybe 20 or 30 houses.
Your
Doable.
American accent changed.
I know, don't you question.
You went from one kind of American to another.
You shut your dirty mouth. And I lost a Floridian swamp bending voice. I got it back now, though. Don't you worry, I found it. I just had to go for a bit of. I'm meandered a bit far north. Well, I've gone south again. Don't worry, I found it. What's going on?
Dad's actually a really highly educated swamp bender and just has to pretend to be like the others in the.
Cracking the
And-
code.
Incredibly.
That's why they call it Jeducation when I teach people things. Cause I can spell. Who said that?
Anyway, what's our plan now, guys?
We need to know where that thing is going.
Right?
Yeah. We need to know which direction that went because they flew over us. But what's the place we're at right now? Like it's
This is
Like
a
where they're
banyan grove
camping?
tree. It's a really big banyan grove. This is where we've been sort of like dropping supplies off sometimes, and sometimes. Well, the first time I guided them here to the ruins, it's not too far from here. The ruins are just around the other side of this large section of logs.
okay. So
To be
we
fair,
should
most
try
of them are
to-
submerged.
We should try to sneak up.
Just
to the
another quick
ruins.
question: how many of them are there?
We've normally seen, I think, maximum about 7, 8, but they talk sometimes like there's more of them. And they certainly buy more food than I would have thought 7 or 8 vegetarians would probably eat.
Like about more for like 10, 15 people.
Well, I assumed that vegetarians have to eat a lot more food because like all the vegetables they eat make them weak. So maybe they need to eat more of the veggies to get like 1 fish. So like I would assume that like 4 cabbages is equal to like 1 fillet of fish. Is that mathematics right for you?
No.
I don't
Nah,
think
it's
so.
like-
That's pretty
it's like
strong.
one cabbage is like a fish. Yeah, it's like
Oh.
a one cabbage to fish ratio, I think.
A whole cabbage, though?
Yeah, they're so good. It's like small, but you have to like cut it yourself.
We're just getting a little bit of crackling from your mic. Is everyone else getting that? or is
Okay,
it
it's
just me?
not
I
me.
thought that was just me.
I thought that was me.
Yes,
Just touched.
Yeah.
I think,
We've all
I
just
think,
gone, oh my god.
NVIDIA Broadcast is aggressively broadcasting.
Don't need any CPU.
I'll switch it to my mic.
No, OG. Just thought I'd let you know. Well, in that case, then maybe there's like, I don't know, maybe like 9 or 10 of them.
Okay, so like
Maybe
2 each.
11. It depends how much they're eating.
2 each.
2 each.
Yeah, that's fine.
Are you talking about the cabbages or? I don't.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, cabbages.
Yes, we're talking about cabbages. 2 each.
Okay, cool.
Hey, when you say 2 each, I thought these were your friends. Didn't you say that they were friends?
Yeah,
you
2
wanted
cabbages
to...
each.
Oh, 2 cabbages each. Oh, is that what the equivalent to 1 fish fillet is?
Yeah.
What were you thinking we were talking about, Jed?
It sounded a little bit like you were planning to ambush these people.
No, we're
No.
gonna go talk to
No,
them. We're gonna
Oh.
just.
we
Why you
wouldn't
guys-
get you involved in that kind of thing.
Hey, while you go fishing just over here, we'll find you later if you stay around this area.
I'm going to be honest. I'm a little scared to go fishing near the water with that giant leech here. If I like catch a fish, what if
Plus,
it
we
pulls
need
me
him
in?
We need Jed to show us to the temples. I really
Couldn't you
can't have a
just,
look
like-
around there.
Catch it in like a little water bubble and move it safely away from yourself?
Did you see how big that thing was? I don't think no little water
No,
bubble's going
it's
to
the
catch
fish,
this
the
thing.
fish. Not that thing, the fish.
I
Oh,
mean,
the
you could do it with
fish.
both, right?
Yeah, I could give it a go.
I thought you were like this amazing waterbender. Are you telling us that you're not that?
Amazing waterbender and fisherman.
Well, now, hang on just a minute. I feel like my reputation is taking a hit here. I don't think that is a deserved hit.
Wait,
You're
you're
the
not
one
an amazing.
telling us you can't do something.
Wait, you're not an amazing
No
waterbender
one,
and fisherman.
no one tells Jed Devere what he can and cannot do.
All right, go
will
catch
go.
a leech then.
I fucking will. Fuck you.
I believe in you, Jed. I believe in you.
Thank you. You're nice. I like you.
Can I help?
Then we can find
Jed
out if it's
catch-
juicy.
Catch the.
I don't want your help. If you help me, that'll cheapen my ability. I don't want your help.
Yeah, he doesn't need our help.
Alright, fine, do it yourself.
What if you catch your own leech? It's a fishing competition.
Yeah, can we have a leech off?
Who are
You've
you
been
leeching
leeching
off?
off this party since you met me. He doesn't say that. Obviously, he doesn't say that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah,
We
Why
can
do
have a
I
leech
wake up
off.
so woozy every morning?
He's not a vampire. I think that's Curse of Strahd. That's on Monday nights.
Oh, okay.
You're a day late, buddy.
Yeah. No, we can have a leech off. There's no way some fancy hard water making really from up north is gonna be able to catch more leeches, bigger leeches than old Jed. I mean Jed. Than Jed.
I have a lot of faith in you, Jed. Well, let's go.
Then why are you entering this competition? You're just gonna humiliate yourself, boy.
Can we get back on? Jed, just go
We're
first.
having
Yeah,
a
you'll
leech off.
humiliate yourself.
Aquila, no, come on.
Yeah, no, it's best you don't join this one. You don't embarrass yourself in front of Jed.
Why would I embarrass
Nice.
myself?
No, I want to see them both try to catch a leech. This is
Yeah, I'm gonna
hilarious.
catch a leech.
I'm gonna go catch. This is not going to be a quick exercise. To catch a leech, one must get into the mind of a leech. You must make yourself savvy.
Can I roll
Like a
for
leech.
catch a leech?
Just put your arm in the water and catch a leech.
I really
It's not
hope
that
he
hard.
catches it so fast.
So
Just put
describe
your
to
arm in the
me,
water and just
Archie,
pull it out.
how Aquila is going to catch this leech.
Do I have a rough idea where it is?
No. Like,
Okay.
you know it's in the water in front of this small beach.
Stick your
Probably.
hand and you'll find
Yeah,
it.
Unless
I'm
it's
sticking my
moved.
hand. I'm sticking my hand in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. As you stick your hand in and hold it there for a few moments, you don't really feel anything until suddenly a large tug pulls you into the water. You have only a
Oh,
brief
cool.
moment to get a gasp of air before your head is pulled below the dark, fetid swamp water. There's a feeling of no pain, but this warmth suddenly around your arm that was put into the water, and you will watch as Aquila vanishes from sight below the dark, swampy surface. I swear to God, if you die to a leech, I'm never letting you live this down.
That takes care of one of our problems. So
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Wait,
If
who's
you
the
lose an
Shall
arm
we
from
move
this,
on?
if you lose an arm from this, the karma is going to be amazing.
Wait,
Who's the other problem? Hang on a sec.
does
Oh,
Killer win now, or does Jed win by default? 'Cause he's
I
still
caught
alive?
the leech.
No, the leech caught
He caught the
you.
leech.
No, the leech got you. As you get pulled in, I'm going to throw us into at least a rough turn order, because I need to know what you're all doing. I'm going to have it also that you're acting at the same time, roughly, but we'll go in like a rough turn order. So, Aquila, as you're pulled below the water, I think we should deal with what you're going to do first. What's your plan? As one of your arms suddenly feels a bit warm.
Yeah, it does.
Can I try and what, Andrew? Can I bend underwater? Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you just need both hands. Oh,
You're surrounded by the element you bend.
Yeah, I just
You've-
want to like whirlpool
okay.
like around
so,
me to sort of like get rid of the water around me. but
So
keep
yeah,
the-
whirlpool's a really strong technique, and I think every time we've seen it used in the series, it's required the use of both arms. As you go to use one of your arms, you find it's not really responding to your commands right now. One of your arms seems to be, warm and a bit limp.
Do I need 2 hands for bloodbending?
You would know that you do need 2 hands for bloodbending.
Oh, that's a shame. That is a shame.
It is, yeah. It's a real shame. Maybe next time you'll be a bit more careful with your hands.
Yeah, you should really just stuck your footing, yeah.
Yeah,
Even your
if only I thought this ahead.
Wondering, do I ask Jed? Do you have a net in the canoe? at all?
Normally with me, somewhere in my boat. I'll go check. Jed's gonna spend his turn quickly running and looking for a net.
Just Jed. I reckon we throw a net.
Al yells, "We distracted Jed. You can win now."
Can I water knife?
Yes, I'd say like to make a quick knife is only like gathering water around one hand as you freeze it and then try and stab. Absolutely, yeah, that's with one hand as you just like reach out, grasp the water and freeze it into this small shiv and then begin.
Don't stab your own arm.
I'll try.
Just trying to like stab away.
Yeah, I just want to like try and like stab around, like its belly-ish, like like sort of like the mid.
Yeah,
midway.
Obviously you can't see because you're underneath this from very dark water.
So then I can I can feel where my arm is though.
You know where your arm is. You still have proprioception. Would you like to roll with passion to try and stab away at this leech that's on your arm?
Absolute success.
That is good to hear because this was not going to be good otherwise. As you begin just stabbing away, somehow with some miracle, you manage to avoid cutting your own arm. Although, to be honest, you're still feeling this really weird sense of numbness from the arm. That sensation of warmth suddenly vanishes and your arm feels cold again. As you begin trying to swim up to the surface and your head breaks free and you're letting this like big gasp of air, your hands splashing around. From the elbow down, whichever hand you put in the water appears to be somewhat anesthetized.
It appears to be what?
Somewhat anesthetized. It is numb and does not respond to your commands. Your fingers, your
Hang on,
wrists.
I'm googling it.
It's just
Think
it's
like
anesthetic.
paralyzed.
Mate, yeah,
Okay.
paralyzed. What? Yeah. As if someone has applied anesthetic to your arm.
Yeah.
A lot of Panadol.
How far up his arm is the ring mark of
That's
the
not
teeth?
anesthetic. That's not even close.
Take enough and you'll be very anesthetized.
You'll be dead.
Entirely.
It's not. Is it still on my arm or is it like
No, as you get to the surface and begin splashing away, it doesn't appear to be on your arm. Around the surface of the water, dark red blood begins to pool up underneath Aquila.
Okay, cool. Hopefully that's the leech and not me.
So, I'm going to quickly do Jed because Rung gave Jed instructions. Jed emerges back a moment later by your side with a net, hands you one side of it, takes the other and goes, throw this out, we'll pull him in, just as Aquila breaks the surface of the water. As you go to help throw...
Right.
Yeah, brilliant. Could you please roll me with passion as well, Ro?
You can roll with Passion.
Passion.
How deep is the creek?
You don't know. The dark, murky water makes it almost impossible to see more than about 30 centimeters or so.
But I didn't
10
like touch the
absolute
bottom,
success.
so
Good shot.
You didn't touch the bottom when you were in there, and you were pulled right in head first.
Yeah.
Rung, 10, absolute success. As you throw the net out, Aquila, it wraps around like the top of your head and your arm, and as your arms sort of get tangled in it, Jed and Rung begin pulling you back to shore. While this is happening, Al, Shurva, and Mako, you watch as from behind Aquila, the head of this long, slimy, dark, sinewy body pushes free, breaks free of the water, gash marks leaking blood as it begins swimming towards him. These long fins emerging from either side of its head and lifting up a little bit, almost giving it the appearance of these two shark-like fins. What are the three of you doing?
catch it.
So it's above the water. Its head's above the water.
Head's above the water and part of the body too.
But the fins are like in line with this as opposed to perpendicular, right?
Yeah, they're sort of on a bit of an angle rising up from either side. This is the weirdest way to describe that. For podcast listeners, I gave myself rabbit ears for a moment. Not quite sure why. It's almost like emerging from either side of the head, rising up. These two perpendicular fins to help create almost like an aquaplane as it swims forwards very, very quickly. So the three of you.
How perpendicular to it can I get? Can I, if I were to use a gust of wind, could I catch it like a sail in a sort of way and like knock it sideways?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no reason why you think that wouldn't work. If you as you run over towards Mango, you're now on a bit of an angle to it. You could definitely, absolutely. Do you want to roll me? I'd say
I'll look at the others first. I'll look at the others first to gauge what they're gonna like, how they're looking like if they're about to take action.
Mako, Shurva.
How close is the nearest sturdy-looking root system to the water's edge and to Aquila?
Right along the water's edge, probably only about 2 meters away from Aquila. And from
Canonically,
you, Shurva,
how
at this
long
point,
is my whip again?
Long. 29 meters.
That's an answer.
30.
That's an answer only you.
How long is my
Wait.
whip? I'm looking
29
for 30.
kilometers.
Yeah. I believe it's 9 parsecs, isn't it?
Yeah. How long do you think your whip is?
I think it was 3 to 5 meters that we.
That's not a very long whip.
Because like a whip on average is like 3 meters, I think.
Anywhere between 1 and
So-
6 meters. A bull whip.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be longer than 6.
I think we settled on 3 also. I would like to wrap the tip of the
5 to 6 business days. And also, I can see
Andrew,
Andrew's laughing
shut
at
it.
wrap the tip. Oh,
wrap.
Shurva, you've been given advantage for this, by the way.
Oh fuck! Watch me waste it. Wrap the tip of the whip around the nearest root system and dive in to grab Aquila and drag him to the surface.
Right.
Not to the surface, like to the water's edge.
Yeah. You see Shurva like tie the whip around the edge of a log right on the water's edge and dive in. Mako, while Shurva swims towards Aquila, what are you two doing? I can see Marco's panicking.
Al is
Mako-
going to take a run up.
Yep.
He's going to do a run up. Sorry, go on.
No.
Is Mako
No.
panicking?
Do yours
action,
first.
or is
Do
he
yours
just,
first.
Like, on the sand, like fetal position. Okay. I think Al's a bit further away because he took Mango up, right?
Yeah, so you're
So-
actually already on a bit of an angle
Like-
to this creature.
Yep. So imagine a Olympic gymnast about to do a vault. So he starts with like a bit of a line run.
Hands up
He
running,
does like a
full
flip
commitment
somersault.
running.
Yeah, exactly. Getting some momentum. He does a somersault.
You do the
so
Mario
like
jump, the yahoo, yahoo. You do like the 3 jumps and then the spin in midair.
Yeah, he does like a flip spin in the air, and then pulls out his glider. And when he comes out from the flip, he uses the momentum to give a big like gust of wind at the Leech, trying to catch it like a
Nice.
sail.
Are you using one of your new fans?
I think the glider would probably be better
Glider.
because it's on a long stick.
It's on a
right?
pole. Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So it's like the bigger momentum behind it, and the bigger
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
The fans would probably rip apart.
Yeah. Al, would you like to roll me with focus?
I'm a focusing boy.
This sounds like a very focused attack. Very
That
carefully
is a
considered
miss.
focused
That is a
attack.
6.
6. That is a miss.
Do you
And that's with a
also
plus
fall
3.
into the lake?
Oh.
This is a plus 3.
Do you know what
I rolled a
happens?
2 and a 1.
As the net begins dropping down towards Aquila, Rung, and Jed, having just thrown it, this blast of air catches the net and just Rung, you just watch as the net goes up into a tree and gets tangled in the branches. Jed looks up and goes, "What the hell? How did that happen? You gotta throw it more
Oh,
gently."
boy.
As he looks at you, Rung.
I'm just like, sorry, I'm just so strong as I just glare over at Al.
I was
Mako.
like, how did that even catch the wind?
It's just impressive.
Oh!
Yeah. Mako, I need to know what you're doing. Hyperventilating is an option.
Yep, I hyperventilate.
Okay,
This
great.
didn't need to
Marco,
happen. This did not need to happen.
Marco sits on the ground on the muddy, swampy, fetid earth and begins hyperventilating.
I just like, no. Why is this happening?
Okay.
We didn't need this.
Okay. What's your split on balance, Mako? What's your drive between is action and forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
I need you to take one movement away from balance, away from action. This is an inactive moment for you. Please move towards.
I'm okay, guys. I'm getting better.
Forgiveness isn't
that's
quite.
actually closer towards center for him.
No.
Yeah.
So glad to see you're taking care of your mental health right now, Marco. Thank you. Brilliant.
Yeah, Mako, this is the time to really prioritize some you time, to really get in touch with what makes you Mako.
Get that self-care going. Grab some
Yeah.
mud while you're at it. Put a mud mask
This
on.
is all going to be avoided. This was all going to be avoided. But we're just going to go talk to the air nomads. We're just going to be fine. Why are we
My
doing
favorite
this?
bit too is the splashing and cries of alarm, which definitely will not be heard from any great distance. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to jump back to the top of the round. Again, I'm not going to put us into like a defend maneuver style thing because this is more of a skill check challenge rather than an outright combat. You may still take any of the combat actions available in each of those boxes if you want to, but for the moment, I'm keeping it as more of a skill check challenge. So I won't be throwing this into like the actual like initiative style form of exchanges. This is not in the rules. I am homebrewing as we speak. So we're going to jump up towards the top of the grouping. So I'm going to go with the person who's in the most danger, Aquila.
Shurva.
There's a moment as the net comes towards you, and you think probably for a brief moment, my friends have got me. Then the net just catches the wind, and you just watch as inexplicably, because from your position it's quite hard. You have to like bend all the way around to see Al. You just watch as the net, as it's falling towards you, just whoosh, up onto the other side and gets tangled in some branches. The creature is still powering towards you. As it gets closer, it is going to try and bite down on you. As it tries to sort of engulf your upper body, what is Aquila doing?
Do both arm work?
No, one arm work. One arm none. I'm
Well.
using your language.
Can I cry?
And you...
Yeah.
Can I try and like with my one good arm, which
Yes.
by the way is the right arm.
Yep.
Try and like jet water behind me to sort of push me closer to land.
In that case, then, yeah, jetting water in front of you. Because if you jet it behind you, you're going to move towards the eel, because currently
Yeah,
you're facing
sorry, yeah.
away from land. As you're pulled into the water, you're facing away from land. So, no,
Okay,
absolutely. 100%. You don't even need to roll for that. That's a pretty standard water bending move. As you just thrust your hand forwards, right as the eel goes to bite down, as its jaws close around you, this jet of water suddenly propels you backwards into Shurva, who is currently swimming towards you. As
Perfect.
Aquila smacks into you, Shurva, both of you are tumbled back up over onto the bank, rolling about in the mud, the water soaking through. Actually, no, do you know what's funnier? As Aquila flips up onto the bank and then lands face first into a pile of mud, Shurva, your whip wraps up tightly around you as you are spun over back onto the embankment, with the whip kind of like partly tied around your legs as you come to a stop right at the very edge of the embankment. You can see this blast of water also displaces the eel, pushing it back even further away. As it flips over, the eel kind of rights itself in the water and then begins speeding towards the bank once again. In the water next to it, you see two more dark shapes drawn by the blood on the surface of the water.
Oh, weird.
Alrighty.
Did we figure out whose blood that was yet?
No, not yet. Although I will say that now that Aquila is on land, you can see that there are numerous tiny cuts along his hand that are slowly leaking a very small amount of blood. Nowhere near enough to explain the blood that's in the water.
Right, so
Remember,
that's
Aquila
definitely
stabs
from
the
my
eel
stabbing.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
I mean,
a
that was
juicy one.
that was a prison shivving. Wow, it's been a very happy leech. It's been consuming lots of
Well fed.
well fed. All right, so Shurva, as you are sort of knocked back up onto the bank, Aquila shooting right past you and slamming into the mud, what would you be doing? At this point, you're right on the edge of the water.
Like, am I still in the water or?
No, on the
okay.
embankment, but right near the edge of the water.
Okay, well, I'll just untie myself and untie my whip and stand back a bit.
Perfect. Yep, move back away
Wait,
from the edge
where's
of the water.
Al?
Al's on the
I'm
edge
just
of one of the
standing on
large
the bank.
branches.
Okay.
Alrighty. Rung? Jed looks up at the net and goes, "Oh, that's one of my favorite nets. I need to detangle that somehow.
How tangled is it? Like, is it a super far away tangle? Like, if it's like across the
No.
river or something like that, or
It's
just
a
one
Rapunzel.
of the tree brothers?
It's not too
It's a
far away. It looks
Rapunzel
like.
style tangled.
Oh no! It looks like it's only caught on a few branches, wrong. I'm not even acknowledging that. He's muted himself. What a good boy.
It's
I was
like,
gonna do it.
oh, I don't wanna.
I know my place.
I don't wanna. Is the net thin? Because I have a hunting net, and that's why I wanted like a fishing net, because I thought it'd be better. than what we were
This is
doing.
definitely a fishing net,
But,
not
like-
a hunting net.
Yeah, and it's like thin, so if you pull it on it, you probably rip the crap out of it.
This is surprisingly
gonna-
thoughtful, Rung.
I don't know. I want to like just launch a rock at the branch, see if I can just knock the branch down, so I can just drag the fishing net through the water with like the rest. Like,
Surprisingly thoughtful. Rose rock.
I've been fishing before.
If I can knock down this branch, we could just pull the whole net and the branch back, and you can carefully unpick the fibers.
It's usually like rods like line stuck in a tree, like trying to get the boat up and break the branch off. So when I snap my line and my lure, don't want to waste a good lure.
This is surprisingly well thought out. Rung, would you like to roll me with focus?
I can. I focus. Oh, it's a 10 again.
It's a 10. Wow, you guys are rolling well tonight. Well, some of
I'm
you.
not.
Well, now.
Rung, as you look down along the edge of the water, there are a few rocks embedded in the mud, and as you reach down and begin earthbending up, pulling one of them up, right as you fling it away, you realize it's actually a section of what looks to be worked stone, a series of reliefs carved across its surface, almost like it's a ruin of some building. As you shoot it out away from you, it snaps the branch, causing it to drop into the water. This massive, as the large section of stone smashes into the water surface as well, sending large ripples that make it very hard to see the eels. As the ripples sort of move outwards, I say eels, leeches, as the ripples spread out, it becomes very hard to discern the shapes of them moving throughout the water as the surface is muddied and chummed. But the net does drop along with the branch into the water, and Jed begins reeling it in.
There you go. One mostly intact net. Thank you, Jed.
No, yeah. Oh my god, I almost did Rung's voice then. I was trying not to, but it's very hard after.
No, thank
No problems here, mate. Thank you.
you.
Oh my god, I've lost my
thanks
Florida
you.
The
voice.
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've lost my Florida voice. Let me find it. Hang on. Oh, that's absolutely. Oh, thank you so much. Nope, that's not it. I can't find it. Oh, now. Thank you so much.
got it.
No, wrong. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. I'll just pull the net in, and then we'll have a bit of a look, see if we caught anything.
Tree.
Oh, I wonder what we got.
If he captures those bloody leech, I swear to God.
I'll Mako.
Yeah.
Anything? Happy? No?
This
Nothing?
is a shit show.
It's a shit show. Marco's switched off.
Can I? How
Yeah.
how strong is my electricity?
How strong is your electricity? You haven't
Yeah.
really tried it out very much. The only person you tried it out on was Rung, and it did hurt him a bit.
We did that channeling through me that one time.
Yeah, we did. That was a technique that I tried to learn. And I
Marco, you remind me of like
remember.
when like you play Darkest Dungeon and when your dudes have like that moment where they have that moment they either succeed or fail and it just goes despair. It's like, oh, why are we doing this?
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's terrible.
That channeling thing, was that you drawing energy out of me?
So
Channel the electricity?
it was kind of cheating to make lightning. So normally how you do it as a true lightning emitter to generate lightning, I think you separate your positive and negative key within you, and then that creates the lightning. What Mako is able to do, because he's not skilled enough or practiced enough to separate his own key, more it was kind of like trying to move your key together so that the different, like the edges kind of like create friction in a way, and that's how you're able to create a little bit of sparks. Really like going outside of the established law of lightning bending here, but it was more of a way of kind of like having you access a much weaker form of it by having your key trying to align it to another person's, and the disharmony between that creating energy.
Is that because we're so different as people?
Yeah, exactly. If you'd been very similar or
Is
got
that
or like
why I
been
was
really
the test subject?
yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I knew what I was doing.
Would that create enough lightning to do what you want to do.
Mako has a
With the-
better method now.
Yeah, my method would be better, right? Yeah.
But isn't it channeling your other method, and you need like electricity?
No,
to be
no,
able
no.
to
So
do that?
Mako hasn't learnt redirecting lightning. He's now learnt
I've
almost like
learned
another
Create.
form of
Zap
yeah.
zap.
Mako doesn't know how to redirect lightning. That's not something he knows how to do.
No, God no.
That's
He actually just
that-
rubs his sleeves together for a while
Yeah.
and then touches something.
No, lightning redirection,
Clear.
as far as I'm aware, has only been created in the canon by Iroh, and I couldn't find any other examples of it before that. But lightning generation seems to have sprung up a couple of times independently. A couple of firebenders have come across it at different times and not shared how to do it. It's possible that other lightning benders or firebenders discovered how to redirect lightning, but until I know that, I'm going to go with it is General Iroh who generates that particular technique.
Is he able to combine the two techniques to create a stronger
That's
lightning?
what I was. If I could make it stronger, like if I, because how I thought about it was, I'm using them as like a battery source.
Yeah. There's no reason
and
why
if
you
I-
can't try.
Cool.
Aquila, you have a question? I can see your hands up.
Yeah, sorry, is that like Palpatine electricity zap? Is that what you do?
It's not quite that good yet.
I'm not
Okay.
quite there. Not
But,
quite
like,
there.
On the way
the-
to that.
I'm
At
on
the
my
moment,
way.
at the moment, Mako can't fire it out. What he can do is channel it through his hands and create this like shock up close when he touches people.
Okay.
I
So it's
I know
almost
where
like-
you're trying to go with this.
Yep. Cool. You're near the edge,
So-
right?
Yeah, I am
Cool.
relatively
I-
close to you in the
I,
edge.
I run over towards the edge. I will try to combine them. See if I can sort of increase its potency, because I don't think it's gonna work too well otherwise.
Can I
one
give
hand on-
Mako the advantage that was gifted to me?
Absolutely, you can use that
One
as part
hand
of
on
this check
Shurva,
to give to Mako.
And one hand touching the water, and I try to shock the water.
Okay. What I'll get you both to do then is both of you please roll with harmony. You have a
Shit.
+2 to this, Mako, from the help action that Shurva is giving to you.
Okay, I didn't add the plus yet, so it's a 10 from me.
7 from me.
No, it's a +2, Mako. That's an 11 for you. 9 plus
No,
2.
I got a. Oh, it's a +2. Oh, okay.
Because
pretty
I
sure
gave you
helping
the
us is,
advantage I was given.
Yeah.
And then also because I'm helping.
Oh no, apologies. Help is +1. That is
Yeah, I
correct.
thought so.
Help,
Yeah,
help is
That's
But
+1.
I also gave my advantage.
That's still a 17 though. That's so good.
Yeah, we
No,
we aced
it's not
this.
added together.
Nat
not added
20?
20.
Wow.
In this timeline, Mako and Aquila teach a young Iroh. No, they don't. There's no way Mako and Aquila survive that long. There's no way.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, what? I'm not.
Dude
I'm
who
going
puts
to
his
die?
arm into swamp, followed by dude who watches dude get pulled into swamp by Leech and puts his hand into swamp again. Like, there's no way that that's... These people-
Did I die?
Did you die?
Not yet. You don't know if they're poisonous or not. Or venomous, I should say. You don't know how. You
Oh,
don't
their
yet know how
name.
bad the venom
Oh, you
is.
got a cute name, Venomous.
Yeah.
Venomous?
Venomous. As you reach into the water, Mako, it's been a while since you've used this technique, and you've only ever used this technique to generate lightning once. As you focus and concentrate on your key, you can feel that connection to Shurva with your hand upon her shoulder, and you can feel her key as well. The edges of it, as they sort of come together, creating this friction. And as you focus and draw upon your own source of lightning bending, which is still somehow linked to that spirit, the Sky Bison spirit, rather than focusing on that anger to create lightning, you instead focus your mind and feel this sense of calm peace. And as this crackle begins to move across your hands, all of you can see these like tiny little streaks of electricity crackling across Marco's fingers. He just gently places his hand into the water. There's this sudden as it discharges, causing the surface of the water to bubble in an arc around Mako of about 5 meters radius away from the edge of the mud. The net in the water suddenly goes slack and drops a little bit. Luckily, the rope connecting it back to Rung and Jed, who are pulling it in, is not wet, which means it is not conducted along the net rope. But if that had gotten wet, we would be having a different conversation. Oh, don't make this gross, guys. I can see you in chat. As the water suddenly grows still, and Mako, you pull your hand out, you watch as with this, a dark shape rises to the surface and begins floating on the surface of the water, closely followed by another. As Jed continues to pull in the net, inside the net you can see a completely still leech, roughly 5 meters long, still connected to the net as Jed pulls it in. Its teeth tangled in the edge of the net as Jed pulls it in, looks down and goes, I got one. Fair and square. I got this one.
We are eating fine tonight.
I raised Jed's head. And we have a victor!
As Aquila sort of like gets up off the mud, begins like wiping the mud off his face and looks over towards the bank of the river, you can see Jed does indeed have a leech tangled up in the net.
Is that the one that I stabbed like 20 times?
Incidentally, it is not. As you look over the surface of the water, though, Aquila, you can see one of the leeches on the surface with multiple stab wounds along its body, slowly leaking this dark Icarus blood into the water.
Cool. Well, I knew you could do it, Jed.
Can we leave? Can we do our thing now, please?
Yeah, I'm going to find out if this thing is edible. Edible. I'm going to find out if I can eat this thing.
I think you can.
Cook
Just
it
don't
well.
eat it live.
Cook it well.
I have to eat it live. Oh, I think the
Well
time's
cooked.
passed.
Well
Don't
cooked.
eat it live. Don't eat it live.
Sashimi.
Well cooked.
What did you say? What was that?
Just cook it.
Sashimi. It means
Satsuma.
well cooked.
You couldn't get a parasite. You couldn't get parasites from a parasite. Well, it is a parasite. So it can't be parasites.
You can't get parasites from a parasite.
Huh?
That sounds like a Darwin Award right there. I only eat tapeworms because you can't get tapeworm from a tapeworm. I only eat the freshest of ticks harvested from deer because you can't get Lyme disease from a tick. Oh wait.
No, you might become like Fry from Futurama. You become really smart for the parasites. No.
I'm not sure how I'm going to cook this thing. Do you reckon some sort of spit roast?
Sure. Also, can we? What are we doing?
What
I
is
would
wrong
argue
with
that Mako
you?
caught that fish, but it is what it is.
He's actually crying. I don't. Is he laughing at spit roast?
Yeah.
It's really sad. You're almost 30, mate.
Yeah, I know.
At some point, you're gonna have to wake up and take a really long, hard look in the mirror. I don't know if you're gonna like what you see. This seems overly
Oh,
harsh.
Brandon's crying.
Stop talking about spit roasts, alright?
Brandon's gone. Brandon, you're almost 30 as well. Like, it's just nodding. It's really, this is sad. Today is not that day, but it is not this day, where the realms of men crumble and fall.
I have the brain of a
could've-
child. I can't help this.
Maybe I could like slice it up really fine and make some sort of like little sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Jed, just do whatever. I've given up on you.
What about this like
Just cook
thinly
it.
sliced meat prosciutto? Maybe I could try that. Spit roasting a firebending technique.
Yes.
The ancient art from the
The original firebenders.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate freeze frame, Andrew.
Oh,
Although
boy.
it's just like the dumbest thing that sets you off, and you're like, no, I shouldn't laugh at this. And the more you try to tell yourself you shouldn't laugh at this, the funnier it gets in your head. It's like, this is so stupid.
Oh no. I swear to God, if you go looking for a firebending master in the Fire Nation and ask them to teach you spit roasting, I will make you regret it. I just want that on record. I will make sure you regret that decision.
So that's our next,
like, here,
that's our next
hold
stop,
this
right?
scope.
They call me the Crimson Fucker. Please let me teach you the technique. That's Brandon again. That was easy. A nice, good Alucard reference for anyone who's a big fan of Hellsing Abridged. So, what would you guys like to do?
So, I think Owen just derailed us.
How?
Everyone else agree?
I think it was clearly Archie.
I think it was Archie.
Yeah.
Who said Spit
Yeah, I think
Rose?
that's.
In the context of how we should cook it, then Archie lost his mind.
Oh, it is innocent mind.
I'm just an innocent boy.
No.
Yeah, I think I'd love it to be Owen because then I would get my channel points, but I think Archie
I
did stick his
think
hand
it was
in the
me.
water.
Hey, sticking my hand in the water was not a derailment.
No, that wasn't a derailment. I think it would have all been fine if Owen didn't point out how much Archie was crying and then go into about how sad his life is. So,
Yeah, stop speaking the truth.
I'm gonna give it to Owen.
All right, fair enough.
There was 800 points on you, by the way, Owen.
Guys,
Don't point at everyone else.
was there
Did
anyone
I have
else?
points?
Yeah, I put 100 on you.
I put 200.
The people who benefit from the results shouldn't get to decide.
Yeah, they don't get us saying it. Like, I don't.
There was 110 on Andrew, 50 on me, 810 on Owen.
That's not good.
Anyway.
Maybe I need to reassess my life too.
Always blaming us.
Mostly just Archie.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do? As Jed begins like slicing the eel and discovers
Can I
that it
assess the
is mostly a
situation?
fluid-filled sack. Yeah, of course you can.
How's my arm feeling?
Yeah,
I was
really
gonna say,
numb,
how's his thumb looking?
Aquila. As you look down, you can't move your fingers, and from the elbow down, it doesn't seem to respond to what you're asking it to do.
Is that because of lack of blood flow in my arm?
No, you don't get the sense that's from lack of blood flow. In fact, as you poke your arm, you can't feel anything from the elbow down. Basically, where those... What was that noise? Basically, from where
like
the
a
tiny...
roast.
From where
Someone's gonna take my leech.
That's the sound the leech makes as Jed begins like, trying to like cook it over the fire. All the steam just makes this like screaming noise as it begins slowly rotating. From wherever the leech bites begin on your upper arm, all the way down is completely numb. You have no sensation. As you poke it, you can only really feel temperature on your arm.
Aquila, what's your arm doing, mate?
I want to try something, but then I don't want to try something because Jed's
You won't
here.
try to pull the blood out of your arm, don't you?
No, I want to like see if I can move my arm at all.
With blood bending.
With blood bending, but then I don't want to do it if Jed's
You
here.
need 2 hands to blood bend.
Oh fuck!
Unless you're thinking just like that. Is that what you're imagining?
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to see if there's blood in it.
Is there blood in my arm at all? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. There's still, it's very, like, there's tiny cuts slowly leaking a little bit of blood. But as you touch it, Aquila, it still feels warm. It doesn't feel cold to the touch like it would if all the blood had been drained
Can
out of
I?
it. It hasn't lost its color.
venomous.
It's still like a warm color, a tanned color. It hasn't gone pale.
Can I use my my water hidden blade?
Yeah.
To like just rinse my arm.
Yeah, as you like pop the cork out of the hidden water pouches up the sleeves of your very beautiful jacket that's been created by the Kiyoshi tailor, and begin trying to rinse off your arm. You can see that at the edges of these tiny little cuts, there's this almost like slightly greenish gray black ooze at the edges of most of these cuts, and as you begin washing it away, the arm still feels really numb.
That's not good.
What's wrong, Aquila?
So I got a 5 for my assess the situation. I realized why I never knew them.
Mako, as you look around, I mean, there's a giant leech slowly being cut into like easy bite-sized chunks by a man dressed in nothing but leaves and vines. covered in mud. Next to you, you watch as one of your companions tries to move his arm, but is unable to, and so it just whips around like a puppet with its strings cut rather appropriately. Arl's probably looking at Mango, Rung's probably looking at the nets, Shurva's probably looking down at her like sopping wet clothing with like mud slowly collecting around her boots. It's been a successful mission so far.
Can I assess the situation?
Yeah, of course you can.
What do I do for that? Just creativity?
Assess the situation. It's one of the
Yes.
basic moves you can click
Yes, creativity.
7. So I can ask one question.
on. You can.
How do I fix my arm?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Is there like, do I need an antidote for this? Or is it like most sickness just waited out?
So as you look over and begin washing out the rest of what is clearly some sort of venom, some paralytic venom, you get the sense that washing the venom out, step 1, really good start. As you begin washing it out, you can see that there was still some collecting around the edges of the wounds. Probably best to get rid of that so it's not pulled into your bloodstream as well. Apart from that, this venom is going to last for some amount of time. As you think it through, Aquila, you know a little bit about how animals in the Northern Water Tribe in the North Pole hunt. I mean, you knew enough about sharks to know that bloodbending one to get it to do what you wanted probably was a good call. So you know a little bit about how animals hunt. You know that...
I don't recall a shark.
Oh, okay. You choose not to.
Yeah.
You do know that there are poisonous and venomous creatures in the ocean, especially down below the waves. A lot of those venoms will last for maybe a couple of hours, maybe less. The reason being that they're designed to paralyze prey long enough for the predator to consume it. You get the sense that these leeches, when they bite down, whatever this is, it removes pain, it removes all sensation, and it paralyzes the victim. If this was to bite down around your head and neck, you can't even imagine how bad that might potentially be. But as it's just
but it wouldn't hurt, so it's okay.
It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't be painful. It would hurt. It wouldn't be painful. You would not be sensing or appreciating the pain.
You would suffocate to death.
Yes, you would. Not to be too dark. So, yeah.
But not painfully.
Yeah, not painful. Oh,
Actually, no, it would still
no,
be painful
that would
because
be
even
pretty-
if your neck
Yeah.
is not feeling the sensation of pain, to actually paralyze the inside of your lungs, those stretch receptors and the carbon monoxide and dioxide receptors would be very difficult. You would feel the sensation of suffocating. This is getting dark. So you get the sense that this is going to just wear off on its own after some time. There may be some antidote, but it doesn't sound like the swamp benders know what it is from the sounds of it, so it's going to be a bit of work to figure out.
Okay.
You get the sense this will wear off on its own after some time.
at least it wasn't a
Aquila,
dragon.
back in the air nomads, we use leeches as like medical leeches actually. So you know when they bite you, you can't feel it because they put like a numbing agent in you as well. So if that's what you're freaking out about, I mean we don't have giant leeches, so it might take longer, but I think it'll wear out.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I've heard that leeches are good for sucking impurities out of your blood. Therefore, I think we get another leech and get it to suck out the venom of the first leech and purify the blood.
Absolutely.
I think Monkey Atsu would approve.
I mean, that kind of makes
Shurva,
sense.
did you hit your head?
No, but hear her out.
I heard her. We definitely heard her.
No, we're not doing that.
This is definitely the largest leech you've ever seen, Al. Like the ones that the air nomads and I question.
How big did you say it was? 5 meters?
Yeah, it's like
I don't
5
even-
meters long.
Yeah.
I don't even think we could call this a leech. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, this is more like an eel, right?
Yeah.
A leel.
Do we have 5 meter long
Just a leaf.
eels? That's not a thing either, right?
Well, I feel like an eel is more likely
There's
to be
5 meter
5
long
meters
eels.
long.
There are
than-
definitely
Definitely
5 meter
5
long
meter
eels.
long eels, yeah.
Definitely,
That's
100%.
terrifying.
A leech can reach 300 mils.
In our world, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
30 centimeters. It's like
Yeah.
That's actually still terrifying.
well
it's pretty
above
bad.
average.
Yeah.
Well above average.
No, not for this. This
That's
is, I
well
mean, as
endowed.
far as leeches go in the swamp, you've got no idea how big they can get.
Yeah,
It's like
this could be a small one.
It is. It's
So
an
I
elephant leech.
We just don't put our hands in the water anymore.
Yeah. Perfect. Don't touch
Let's
any
just
water.
stay on track.
Can I touch my water?
Who are you? What have you done with Mako?
Only if there's
I'm
no
tired.
leeches in there.
I'm tired. I didn't sleep well.
I'll
It is
like
true,
to
you did not sleep
see
well last night.
if
Yeah.
if the commotion attracted any unwanted attention.
I'll get you to assess the situation, please.
Creativity. I am a creative boy. That is 12.
12. So, what are your two questions?
I
are?
tried.
Has this attracted any attention? And you have another question if you'd like it. Or do you want to answer that question
Can I
first? and
give
see
the
if another
answer?
question
Yes,
comes
yes,
up?
please. Yes,
Yes, definitely. As you look around, begin sort of looking up to the trees, you can't see any signs that this has attracted any unwanted attention. The splashing from below actually ended up not being that loud in the end, only the initial large splash from Aquila being pulled into the water, and then the second much smaller splash of Shurva diving in after him. Apart from that, it hasn't been too loud. As you look around, you can't see any sign that anyone has seen or heard yet.
Okay. And so this isn't my assess the situation question, but when we got here, we saw someone, didn't we? We saw.
You saw a sky bison high above, towards the upper branches, moving around towards the east of the tree.
Okay.
On a
So
sky
I guess
bison.
then the second question is, can I spot any sign or trail of movement between people or sky bison around the tree to the east of the tree? Is there a hint of where they're setting up base so that we can check this out?
As you begin looking up and concentrating, focusing and squinting through the sunlight coming down through the large branches above, you can again catch this glimpse of the dark orange robes from high up in the branches of the tree. As you squint and begin looking a bit closer, you can indeed see what looks to be a large sky bison laying out across one of the larger branches right up in the canopy. And nearby is a figure in orange robes moving across one of the branches towards a tight thicket of foliage that seems to cover the upper layer of these branches.
Is there a cage within sight of that area?
No cage within sight that you can see.
Okay. Hey guys, look up there. I think that's a bison, and that looks like some of the airbenders, air nomads. Should we go have a look?
Yeah, I might need a bit of help.
Where? Wait. Up there?
Up there.
Oh yeah, I see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any like vines or like long leaves
Do you
that I
think they've
could
seen us?
fashion a sling out of for Aquila?
100%. Yeah. There's loads of vines that you could use to help fashion a makeshift sling, and large, broad leaves, like large monstera leaves and elephant leaves. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome, I'll do that.
Did he kill and how to heal?
No,
Oh,
he never
sorry,
learned that
Mako.
Oki did.
Yeah, okay.
That was a girl
Aquila can't
thing.
heal.
The Northern
Boys-
Water Tribe.
Boys
at
weren't
this-
allowed to do that.
He was
Yeah,
too busy cutting off people's arms.
Yeah,
this-
this is an opposite.
At this point in
He
history,
was a surgeon.
Yeah.
Karma. This
At
is
this
what it's
point
like
in
to lose
history-
your arm now.
now you know how it feels. In this point in history, the Water Tribe of the North still separate boys and girls into different types of bending classes. Unfortunately,
Cool. Do you think they've definitely seen us, right? We're not hidden.
No, they haven't seen us. They're pretty high up. They are pretty high up, right, Ian?
they're very high. We're talking
Yeah.
hundreds of meters high in the air.
Yeah. They have to have a pretty good eyesight to see and pretty good hearing to hear us. So I think we're pretty safe.
Okay. So how do we get up there without being seen?
We could fly up on Mango on the opposite side of the trunk.
And then wrap around at the last minute?
Yeah, or go above them.
I'm down. I'm game.
No, we're going up.
Jesus.
Good call. Glad we got that cleared up. We need to make sure.
Did you get bitten by a leech as
go
well?
up there... No, I've always been this funny. Jed, would you stay down here or would you come up with us if we're gonna go up and check that out? You seem pretty content with your leech.
Up in the branches, that's a bit high up. A good swamp bender keeps his 2 feet on the ground or on a boat underwater.
You
Or on a
never
pontoon.
flown?
What was that, sorry?
You've never flown before?
Nope. Quite happy to have not done that before.
I mean, if you want to try, Jed, you could be the only. You could be the only Jed who's flown on a bison.
Oh, Flying Jed!
No.
Flying Jed. That's better name than old
We've
Jed.
already talked about this. He's dealing with the other Jed. He's
Look
going
at
to be the
NPC.
only Jed anyway.
Aquila, I'd like you to... Actually, I'd say this is more of a plead. Could you roll me a plead? So that's rolling with harmony.
Shit.
Is he a harmonious boy?
9.
Boy!
Close enough.
Success.
Oi!
I could be tempted for a short flight maybe another time, but I'm not sure I want to come up there with the... Right up that high up in the upper branches of the tree. You said you're heading up to the upper branches of the tree, right?
I mean, we're going up to... Is it upper? It's pretty tall. I can't see how... Is it...
Really tall. I
Yeah,
don't know
yes,
how
it's
tall the
pretty
tree is.
tall.
It's huge. Massive. We generally don't muck around with the tree too much. I prefer not to go up the tree itself. But if you're offering a flight among the smaller trees down here, I could do that.
Okay, we can do a quick... Give him a quick flight around here and then drop him off and then go up. What do you?
I'm happy if
guys
you want to
happy
take me
with
on a flight sometime later. It doesn't have to be right now.
that? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as long as
We
you're
can
not
do it
saying
now.
that, hoping that we forget about it and then use that as an excuse.
I
to
think
never
maybe we do a quick trip with him
No,
now.
no, Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah, we can do a quick. We can
He
do a
just
quick
caught,
now.
he caught the
I
leech.
invented Jesus just
he
for this.
won the leech off. Okay?
Yeah,
Give the wall
Flying
get
Jed
to
has to
fly
fly to be
around.
called Flying Jed.
We will do that later.
But what if...
What have you done
I
here
have
back
just
by
started
the-
cooking this lovely
town?
leech. I
We'll
do not
be-
yet know if
it'll
it
be
is
quick.
edible.
It'll be
I
quick.
do not yet know if I can eat it, but I will certainly find out.
We're gonna come back and he's just gonna be lying on the ground, paralyzed.
No comment.
Yeah,
No, the other
even
Jed.
like paralyzed
Jeez.
lungs where he can't breathe, so he'd actually be just dead.
Yeah.
Dead Jed.
Old dead Jed.
Anyway, we need to go up there now. We can pick him up and fly him later. It's fine.
Okay, Jed, are you gonna stay here after eating the leech, or are you gonna head back?
I was gonna wait around for you guys to come back. I thought I was gonna guide you back
cool.
to the swamp village. Sometimes it can be hard to find if you don't know where you're going.
Please.
Yeah, no,
If you
we'll
wanted
wait.
to go back
Oh,
to the
yeah.
village.
I'll look at the others. Do you think he should head back and without us, and we'll just figure it out?
What?
Or do you
It's
think
still
we should-
early, right?
We don't have
Yeah,
a
but-
compass or any way of knowing how we're gonna get back.
Well,
Yeah.
do we even need to go back?
Yes, we need to go back.
Yes, because he needs to
Why?
be flying
He needs
Jed.
to be paid.
No, he needs to be flying Jed.
You've already paid me, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, we definitely have paid you. We're not paying him twice.
Oh yeah, we
I mean,
paid
I
him
don't
like
think that's how
8
payment
gold
works.
instead of like the
Yeah.
Yeah, he's now rich old Jed.
yeah.
Um,
I'm
Rich
just
old
rich
flying
Jed.
dead Jed.
okay, well, Jed, if we don't come
And he
back
has a
by
knife.
night,
Yeah.
we have a habit of getting distracted and forgetting about our commitments. So, I just don't want you to be waiting here for longer when we're not coming back. So,
If we're not back
Okay.
within 2 days, leave.
Okay. I'm
Done.
not staying here for
2
2 days. I'm not staying here for 2 days.
Jeez.
If night falls, I'm out of
Back in
here.
a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say by nightfall, because like
You
I'm
might
not
not
staying
want to
out.
go
Yeah.
at night.
Oh, exactly.
So,
If the sun starts to set, I'm gonna make my way back to the village.
Oh, so
Okay,
the
good,
village
good,
isn't
good.
too far then. Okay, cool.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I'd hate the idea of us like doing something at night and you're just like waiting here for us.
Yeah, but that's not, I'm
Okay, cool.
not staying out here exposed at night. Don't feel
here I
safe.
was thinking you were loyal, Jed.
Yeah, I just didn't know how
Gently
far your
unboiled.
hospitality would go. I thought you might be. Yeah, well, it's all right. It is what it is.
No, I'm not going to camp out here by myself. If there were more of us, I could set up a camp and we could have a little sing song by the fire and eat some leech meat. But if
Oh, well, we
I
gotta
mean,
go,
you have
Jed,
homemade
so-
lychee here.
What
Okay.
time of day is it now?
midday,
It's to be-
Midday-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Okay,
just
well,
go up
we-
the tree?
We need
I'm
to go.
feeling snacky.
Okay.
How about
Good
you
luck.
finish cutting up this leech and get it ready, and then if we're not back by
You don't
night,
want a
we'll
leech
then
steak
head back.
before you leave?
No.
I can't fly on a full stomach or I'll vomit.
It's fair.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I can't.
All right.
Oh, I just
Good
realized
luck.
the
I
other
hope
answer.
your friends
It
are
gets
happy to see you.
super fucking annoying.
We'll
that?
we'll
What'd
be
you say,
back.
Andrew?
He
Hey,
can get
Willie.
really high as well. That's the other option. He either gets paralyzed or it gets really high off this leech. There is no
Get
in
high
between.
off the leech.
Yeah, I think he's more likely to die. But
Yeah, no, he's more likely to die.
Let's let's leave that for
You
another
might get
day.
high from it if it like paralyzes your brain. That start kicking in the death chemicals. Then
It's like
probably
licking a
get high
toad.
from those ones. Yeah.
Don't
I mean, I guess it's
Anyway,
another,
I'm
it's
gonna
another way you
climb
can
on
get the nickname
Mango.
flying.
All right,
Yeah.
okay, well,
Oh,
we'll be back.
We'll be back, Joe.
except if you're not.
Tell me, Shurva.
I'm gonna tentatively back.
Good luck. Alrighty, as you head back over to Mango
Yep.
and climb onto Mango's back and take off in a smooth motion. Your plan was to follow the tree around to the east, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, I think they're on the east of the tree, right? So we're gonna try to fly up on the
Head around
west
to the
side
west.
of the trunk
And, yep.
and use
absolutely.
the trunk as cover.
Can I
Yeah.
keep an
Yeah.
eye on Jed to see if he just falls over at any point?
As you look
It's
down,
gonna
you
be
hear
really
the
hard.
Ain't
splash.
gonna see him for long.
Yeah.
No, as you begin climbing higher, moving Mango around towards the west, the trunk of the tree is enormous. And before too long, as the ground and canopy drops below you into the distance, you climb higher and higher up into the branches of this enormous banyan grove tree. As you reach the upper layer of the branches, you see that there's a number of enormous branches, easily wide enough for Mango to land on. But growing from them is this network of densely packed foliage, forming almost like a miniature forest at the top of this one tree. As you move up and land, Mango, on a rather large branching section of two massive boughs, the foliage around you almost hides even the next branch along from you, only a few meters away. Mango sort of looks around, leans forward, sniffs some of the tree, and then begins munching very quietly on the leaves.
So, shall we head in?
Do we go around
Across?
still? Like, do we get Mango to like just fly us around now, or like?
Does the trunk of the tree look like we can like free climb ourselves across, or is it like a smooth trunk?
The whole top section of the trunk forms almost like a plateau of densely packed branches. And in fact, the tree, as it reaches this point, continues to move up, but the area around almost forms this natural avenue made of massive branches and boughs. It'd be very easy for you to climb and move over without much effort around the edge of the trunk. It still rises up in front of you from even this lower section, but it doesn't look like it goes up that much higher. Itself, it looks like mostly it is the tangled mess of branches emerging from these massive boughs that reach out across the edge of the swamp below.
And it's
Do
not
you guys
too windy
want to
up here.
get above them and then climb down, or do you
My
guys wanna-
my only issue is I only have one arm at the moment.
Did you
Yeah.
Did you- wait?
Climbing is just a bit tricky.
Lift
That's
up
not
your-
very handy.
Lift up your arm, please.
That's
Lift up your arm, please.
Just it keyed out. It keyed out. I didn't.
Their arms actually disappeared. That's great.
I was like, did he
I
do
don't
that
have
on
an
purpose?
arm.
No.
It's gone.
That's impressive. The podcast listeners, the auto green screen cuts off Archie's arm.
Ooh.
That's creepy.
It's not
Monkey
too
sister.
windy, is it?
Yeah, which will make climbing a little bit tricky.
Also, if they are
This is inconvenient.
airbenders, we could just get pushed to our death.
If only a leech didn't bite my arm.
If only. Yes.
If only you didn't dangle your arm in front of a leech.
Wow. Well, you know, potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that
Cabbage.
applies here. That's talking about the pronunciation of
Such is
different
life.
words. This is not.
You know. 2020
Some people burn
vision
down villages, some
thing.
people don't. What's the
You
difference?
say tomato, I say tomato.
You say don't stick your hand in the water when there's a leech there. I say, oh, I'll do it anyway.
What would you guys like to do?
Right, he does.
Well, do you guys
Maybe.
think maybe we should get into a vantage point where we can see them and maybe one of us go down and talk to them?
Yeah, I'll hang tight on Mango.
Sure.
Who
Actually,
would be
yeah,
the best person
I reckon
to talk
let-
to them?
Marco.
And
but,
Al, would you want- would you be a good person to talk to these people, or you kind of like immediate no if we talk to these people?
I probably could, but maybe we should just fly above them and park Mango up there and scout to see if they do have Mr. Library in a cage somewhere there.
I don't think he's here.
Good idea.
I'll be honest.
But he could
What-
be.
Why do you think that, Marco?
I still believe he's going to the Western Air Temple.
Wait, you think the Guiding Wind kidnapped him to take him to the Western Air Temple?
Or near there, yeah.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, didn't we talk about this? How the
Can you refresh my memory?
there was the whole thing with the previous member of the Fire Nation going there and having contact with the Guiding Wind there and stuff like that. I believe.
What Mako is trying to remember is
shit.
an event that kind of triggered the Guiding Wind's sort of start of their more public actions, which was after the
Zishan,
princess.
Susan's sister.
Yep.
Is that the one?
Yeah, Firelord Sozin's sister joined. Oh, Andrew's become skinny. Firelord Sozin's sister actually trying to join the Air Nomads after the embassy was set up in the Fire Nation lands. It's been a fair bit of time since that happened, but Mako is right. There has been a bit of activity from the Guiding Wind at the Western Air Temple. That's
Wait. You think the Guiding Wind are working with the Fire Nation to find the Airbender? To find the Avatar?
I didn't really think that far ahead, I won't lie to you. I just
Because the
that does make sense. You are right.
Guiding Wind, the Guiding Wind, they don't want to have things to do with other nations. So I just thought that they would keep away from the Fire Nation.
Yeah, well, look, it's all lies and deceit everywhere. So hey,
Well, at least we don't lie to each other, right?
not once.
Never.
I mean, you're right there, I guess. Not once.
Not once.
Anyway,
Aquila never said he
you get a-
didn't bloodbend.
Look at these guys. It's not
Yeah,
12
yeah,
too deep from these.
let's
But yes, I think
let's go scout. Yeah.
I do think that they are on their way there, and I'm not sure what their involvement is with everyone else, but that's where I think they're heading.
Well, because we're going to need to homage you after this. Should we just after this go to? Okay. Well, let's not think too far ahead. It hurts my head. Let's let's fly above, have a look, and then figure this out. Let's go. What do you guys think?
Sounds good?
Yes.
Down.
Yeah. I guess we
I'll
try
be up
to.
and down.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. So we'll fly out from the west side, get above where they are, rotate around the trunk, and then go down on a branch on top of them to, like, not directly on top, like a while on top of them
Yeah.
to just.
Do you want to roll me?
Stealth check.
It's not a stealth because there's no stealth in this game. But would you like to roll me with creativity?
Skills and trade. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm creative as well. Oh my god, that's 2 1s. That's a 5.
Oh, mate. 5?
Snake eyes, yeah.
I love it. Oh, as you fly Mango up, begin guiding around. You're like, yep, go around this side of the trunk, and we'll come around this side, and then and as you fly out of a small area into an opened up, very exposed section of the tree branches that has been like clearly like either like hit by a storm at some point in the past or has not fully regrown yet. You look down and see 3 sky bison immediately below you, as well as what looks to be a number of tents set up along the branches. Groups of airbenders dressed in these dark red and orange robes suddenly pausing and looking up as Mango just pushes out into the open. There's this sudden pause, and then you hear a voice from below. What are you and your friends doing here? And as you look down,
this is awkward.
You see a familiar face. Brother Pion.
Yeah. I'm glad you recognized me. I thought my facial hair might have made me a bit less recognizable, but you got it straight away.
What are you?
I've been growing it out. You like it?
What are you doing here? How did you? And he turns around and begins talking in hushed voices to the other air nomads who have like moved up, quite sort of a bit concerned, like moving forwards, hands raising as if ready to start bending. No. And you sort of catch like brief mutters of conversation. I know them from an airbender, possibly sympathetic. Let me just talk to them. The others all stand down and begin backing away and moving towards the edge, begin looking around. It's just you and your friends on a bison, correct?
I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like, right?
Why don't you come and land and we can?
That's what it is.
Why don't you come and land and we can have a bit of a talk? There's a branch over here.
What are you doing here? We were just sightseeing. We were flying to a marsh and we saw this massive tree, so we thought we'd just come have a look. Are you camping here? Is this?
Yes.
This looks fun.
Yes. It is fun. It's a campsite much closer to our natural element, away from the ground. Why don't you land and we can have a talk? Your bison must be tired if you've flown all the way from the Northern Water Tribe.
Yeah.
Why would you come via here if you were flying to Omashu?
Oh, well, the banyan tree's so large that we thought we'd loop around, and we were flying to Omashu and we're like, let's just loop around and go to the banyan tree.
Sightseeing, you know how it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Aquila here wanted to meet some of the swamp benders.
Hello, I'm not sure we've met. Brother Pion. You see before you Aquila, a air nomad, probably in his mid-40s. Again, hard to tell with the shaved head, but very prominent blue tattoos, the same dark orange and burnt umber robes of the other guiding wind, and that same symbol, rather than the 3 gusts of air swirling around each other, all 3 moving in the same direction, each one slightly larger than the other. As you sort of look down at this figure, you can see that he has quite dark rings under his eyes, as if he has not slept very well. Looking a bit tired and a bit haggard. For context, the last time you guys saw Brother Pion was at the Northern Water Tribe, before he departed and you guys met up with Aquila.
He was with 2 other people, right? He was
3.
with 3?
3 other people, yeah.
Like
2.
Shay and Tianxian.
But one of them wasn't a part of the guiding wind.
Dave, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Lake Shay was not. Lake Shay actually warned me about the guiding wind, and she's the one who dropped Sun, the excitable one, off at the Eastern Air Temple, and then flew away after seeing a message, and she didn't tell Sun what the message was about, and she hasn't been seen or heard from since.
That's exactly right.
Oh, she's also been assassinated.
Yes, something like that.
Or joined the guiding wind.
Assassinated. Oh my
God.
Political assassination.
My question is, A plus, Dave. Are you landing Mango, or are you staying in the air?
Fudge. Can we see a cage? Can we see Nomu?
No cages.
Can we see
no
any
sign of.
Can I assess the situation?
Of course you can. Of course you can.
They're not here.
But why are they here?
Oh,
That's an 11? From a rolling a 2 to rolling an...
Al,
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
one of the larger tents that is right at the very base of the branch that it is set up on could easily be large enough to hold a tent, hold a cage or two. He's about to hold a tent. The large tent is easily large enough to hold another tent within it. No, the large tent is easily large
in that
enough
tent,
to hold...
it could be a cage.
Exactly. Easily large enough to hold... I mean, it's large enough that most of Mango's head and part of her body could fit in if she pushed in through the main doors. Excuse me, I'm just choking on my own spit. Breathed in too aggressively. The tent
This
itself
is not my
probably
second
about...
question. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
No, go.
I'll take as much information I can. Give me as much information as you can.
So it's almost yurt-like, slightly spherical, like a bell tent, if you know what those are. The tents that you see out in like safaris and the glamping tents. In diameter, probably roughly 8 meters, so it's pretty big. The smaller tents.
Okay, so yep.
No, chat, absolutely not. The smaller tents look to be far more sort of 2 or 3 man tents, probably only about 3 meters in diameter. There you go.
Is that
Well,
my
I slowly like.
information? Okay. Not my second question. Not my second question, but from observation, is there a lot of people going in and out of the big tents?
No, as soon as you guys emerged, there's still 2 of these guiding wind figures standing in front of the tent. 1 male, 1 female. There are 4 others that you can see, and as Brother Pion has begun speaking with you, 2 others have poked their heads out of tents. So there's a total of about 7 people that you can see here. But none at the
My
big
second
tent.
question was, is there any hints or clues or anything outright that explains what they are doing here?
You can see around a large table that has been constructed at the very middle of the campsite a number of broken pieces of stone that have been cleaned up and currently are being examined. In fact, there's a scroll of paper next to one of them that is being used to take a rubbing of the text on the actual stonework.
Do you guys wanna check this out, or do you guys wanna run?
If we don't land, they'll be more suspicious.
Okay.
Down for a cup of tea. Pretty thirsty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's
Guys,
plenty of room
there's a
for
big
your
tent
bison.
there. Oh yeah. I'll just kind of makes it look like there's wind coming, and he's slowly lowering Mango down. Guys, there's a giant tent there, and that's a pretty big tent that they can hide a cage if they wanted to, or something. And we should also have a look at that stone and scrolls, and maybe swipe it. But we'll figure it out, right? We'll figure it out.
You want to swipe something? We can do that.
Yeah.
Swiping, swiping.
Huh?
He's laughing so much at his own joke.
I wonder if they have Omu here purely to try to decipher what's on that tablet.
No, I don't. That's not the route.
It's not the only reason. There's obviously other knowledge that he has regarding other
things. Yes, but the reason they're here is probably because of the ancient civilization.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if we swiped from them, it's not so bad because they swiped from the library in the first place. But we'll figure it out, and I'll land Mango.
As you land Mango down on the branch in front of you with the other sky bison, 2 of the guiding wind figures move up towards you and hold out a hand as if to take the rein. Brother Pion kind of gives them a bit of a look, holds out his hand and goes, come down. Your friends and you can come down. My companions here will help make sure your bison is fed and watered. It must have been a long journey. What's your bison's name, Al? I'm so pleased to see you finally have a bison of your own.
Oh, we didn't fly straight here. We had, it's not like it's been a long trip. we won't stay for long. So if you can just keep Mango like here, that I think she's pretty happy.
You're not going to stay for too long? Okay, no problem at all. They're not staying for too long. And you sort of watch as a number of the air nomads around kind of relax a little bit, and one of them, who was sort of standing up ready to take the reins, gives you a nod. Arl backs away and then heads towards the larger tent, looking at the two guards and then quickly heading inside.
Okay, that Arl feels a bit more relaxed. So jumps off. Oh, yep. Mako, is that?
Yeah, Mako.
I was going to ask, do any of them look like they have keys on them?
Not visibly.
Not visibly?
Excuse me, not just like hanging from a belt, like jangling around.
Yeah, just around their neck.
Just around their neck,
really big.
They wouldn't.
Guards,
I mean, they
like,
wouldn't have a reason to hide it because it's only them here. So like
Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom, they've mounted them to their foreheads for like maximum power.
They are the key.
Yeah, the key was inside of you all along, and you can unlock. Oh no. It's lovely to see you all again. Please come down, and we have some stools over here by our cook pot. Why don't you come and take a seat and I see how you lot are doing? Oh, apologies. I don't know if you've met Sister Leshar. Sister Leshar, please. And as a woman walks over towards you, Arl, for a moment she looks identical to Legshay. But then you see that the similarities sort of end at her eyes, where Legshay has these very warm grey eyes. Sister Leshar seems to have these very tightly drawn, almost like dark, stormy eyes. And as she looks at you and gives a very sort of like subtle nod, she turns towards Pion and goes, Pion, I hope your guests are not going to be too disruptive to our academic efforts here. No. Arl and I are old acquaintances, and his friends are absolutely fine. No troubles here at all. You lot are a bit of a scholarly nature. Sometimes you travel around and learn things. That they'll be very delicate with the items that we've recovered. Wonderful.
Oh, Sister Leshar, well, I'm a bit of academic myself. What are all of you studying here?
She fixes a very steely gaze towards you, eyebrows sort of like coming down over, as if she tries to sort of sum you up and get a bit of a read on you.
Al just smiles goofily.
Pion, I must attend to other matters. Please make sure that our guests here don't get trapped for the... Oh no, of course not. They won't stay too long. We have much work that we need to resume, Pion. Yes, of course, sister. Right away. Good. With that, Sister Leshar turns and walks away back towards the main tent before disappearing inside. Sorry, things have been a bit tense here lately. We're on a bit of a timeline. Where you said you were heading to the city of Omashu. How has your quest for the spirits been?
Oh no, it's been good. We didn't come straight from the Water Tribe, actually.
No, I assumed you must have gone via one of the temples to have acquired a bison of your own.
Yeah, we did actually. We went to Northern Air Temple, we went to the East, I caught up with Sun while we were there.
As you say the East Air Temple, he kind of freezes for a second. Oh,
yeah, we were there like a week and a half ago, or so.
You watch as he very carefully and slowly nods. Well, what a coincidence that you have now found your way here. You're doing a tour of the temples, I imagine, off to the southern next after Omashu, or maybe the Western Air Temple.
Oh no, it's about the spirits. We're steadfast on our quest to appease the spirits. Good. We were at the east because there was the air bison spirit. That's what drew us there.
Oh, goodness me! Of course, the bison spirit. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine your time there was rather eventful. Your hands were quite full, and you spent a lot of time having to deal with the bison spirit. Life at the temples can be quite slow, and I hope that it was quite a quiet time for you there. Nothing too interesting happened.
Yeah, no, I had to check in with Sister Taka, because I think she's been worried about me since the whole incident at the delegate thing.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Shurva. See hands raised.
I rolled to trick an NPC.
11. Yep.
So I want them to overcommit to their babbling and get him to give away some information, if possible.
Yeah, on a 10 plus pick 2, you can take stumble, act foolishly, overcommit, or then an extra GM, one of mine.
So I want them to
easy.
overcommit and tell us more.
Yep.
And maybe babble his way through and tell us too much. And then I don't know what else would work here. Maybe the act foolishly, maybe something you have up your sleeve.
I've got something in mind for this actually. Well, goodness me, well that's fantastic. Oh, where's he gone? Oh, he seems to have vanished. Well, while he's taking a quick break to piss off the side of the tree, no, obviously that's not.
Yeah, we really spent a lot of time in the library, actually.
Are we
spending a lot of time with some scholars learning about all sorts of research that we've been doing recently, so we're very interested in the research you're doing here. Have you been to the library at the East Air Temple much?
You watch as sweat begins to bead on his forehead. I can't say I have been to the Eastern Library very much.
Library is very impressive there.
It's lovely to meet you, young man. I'm not sure we were introduced. You could call me Brother Pion. As he holds out a hand to Aquila.
Am I still on Mango?
Probably not at this stage.
Okay, so I would have
your
fallen
arm
off.
Injured. Okay.
Yeah.
As you fall off and miss the branch, you just out of the tree and then just begin falling down along the trunk of the tree. No, none of that.
Just rolling like John Wick style, right?
Picturing the world's limpest handshake ever.
Although he did say it's his right hand that's okay. It's your left hand that's injured, you said.
Yeah. So my left arm's like just dead.
Oh, you've injured your arm. Are you okay?
Yeah, I got dared to stick my arm in the swamp.
Always a dare.
And then a leech bit it, and
it's true. He dared himself.
Yeah,
dragged him in actually. It wasn't just like a bite. It was cool. Pretty brutal.
Yeah, he was like, Aquila, I dare you to put your arm in. And he's like, okay, and he puts his arm in.
And I said, only if you do it as well.
Verily, we are often thus the architects of our own demise and our own mistakes.
Yeah, but it should be all right soon.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you said you were interested in research. Well, we're spending a bit of time looking into the ruins that were here. There's some very interesting information, and Sister Shah is very interested in finding out what she can about this site. Did you know that there was once a group of people here who had a deep connection with the spirits? We're hoping to learn from them. Yes, so we've learned a lot.
On the table over here?
Yes, these are some fragments we've managed to recover from the swamp below, and if you see here on this particular mural, as he picks up a large section of stonework that depicts figures kneeling before what looks to be this multi-headed amorphous mass with a single eye in the very center. Yes, here we have them kneeling before some spirit of some sort. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the spirit yet, but we're trying to figure out what the text might mean at the bottom. Seems to be some sort of religious ceremony, perhaps.
As long as it's not Yavu, right, guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did Yavu look like in the spirit world? He looked like similar to that, right?
An amorphous mass of tentacles.
Yep. Cool. Thought so.
Yavu. Yeah.
So how's the deciphering going? Have you guys gotten far with it?
Oh, we've made some progress. Yes, some important progress. In fact, I'll be taking a report along with some cargo over towards the Western Air Temple in the next 2 days.
Ah, Very nice.
Some of these
What-
items are great value. We want to bring them back to the Western Air Temple. How's them
Just as a
properly?
question, what's on the parchment? And
As you
is it
look down-
carryable?
It looks to be a long, swirling script full of cramped observations of the artifacts and the items. It mostly looks to be like descriptions rather than like actual interpretations of them. It just looks like a list of all the things that have been collected.
How do you plan on trying to interpret all of this information?
Well, linguistics is not one of my areas of expertise, but I'm hoping that we have someone who is quite skilled at translating old languages. A researcher from the Western Air Temple. She's quite gifted. We're hoping to meet with her and bring this across, and hopefully she can work with us. She seems somewhat interested in our efforts, so hopefully we can have a chance to talk to her.
Oh, what's her name? Maybe I know her.
Oh, I'm not sure you would. I'll. And then this awkward
Yeah, probably
silence.
not. There's a lot of
So
Airbenders
it's just
in the world. You're right.
so is everyone leaving in 2 days, or is it just you and a small party?
Oh, just me and 2 others.
Ooh.
Oh, just two of the other members of the team. No one you would know. Unfortunately, Lashar is not coming
Is
with
it
me.
I was gonna say, is it Scary Lady leaving?
No. Lashar will be overseeing this.
He's going to stay here and do more research, I would assume.
Yeah, so yeah, she'll be staying here for some time to oversee this operation.
Is he still sweating a lot?
No, he's calmed down a bit now. You're not asking
Okay.
him direct questions that
Okay.
are starting to really like scare him. Well, Al, did you have a
So,
chance to think
what's
over
in the
what we
big
spoke
tent?
about? Just some supplies. Nothing interesting. Just some items of rarity that we've packed up and are ready to go. We're just keeping them safe inside the tent.
Oh wow, that sounds really interesting.
Can I go freshen
Are
up
you-
in there, by the way?
No, I'm sorry. The items in there are of great fragility. We need to be careful. The swamp water has awfully eroded.
Do you need me to dry them out for you?
No, fire. Oh, fire would be catastrophic
Oh.
for these.
I could
stone-
pull all the water out for you.
Yeah, we
Oh,
have a
waterbender.
waterbender who could
Oh
help.
no, that would be. You could crumble them. I can't even begin to imagine.
No, I'm.
That's
I'm
okay. We
I
also
can
have
put
an
it back
earthbender
together.
who can put it back together.
Yeah.
Well, aren't
We would
you
love to
just
have a look.
Together, we could
diverse
make it so that,
group
you know how you have
of
like clay,
hopeful people?
you put it in a kiln, and then like become stronger.
Aren't you just a diverse group of little helpers? Maybe
We'd
I
love
could
to help
I-
everywhere we
speak to-
can.
I'd love to help you. You're a friend. You're a friend of ours.
Yeah.
A friend of ours is a friend of ours.
One
I think
team,
if
one
anything,
dream.
like, we
right,
probably
guys?
just need a. I think
That-
if anything, we
that's-
just need to have a lay down.
That's what I
guys.
always
Like,
say, right? Oh.
I think obviously, like he's got plenty of work to do. Like we've just had big flight.
Yeah, anyway, we can help your
You know,
research.
Mango needs a rest. Like, is there like a place we could have a lay down, maybe a little tea or something like that? Hoop.
I'm sure we could organise a
a.
space for you to, if you've got some tents or something, or maybe sleep on the back of Mango's saddle.
That would
I
be
could
lovely.
speak to
Oh, we have
Lashar
some
and see
tents.
if
Yeah.
see if we could bring out
Easy.
some of the artifacts for you to have a look at. Unfortunately, it's quite cramped in there, and the light's not very good for looking at things. So we'll bring them out.
That's a really big tent to be
Cramped.
cramped.
It's massive, yeah.
And if it's
Did
all
I
just
say-
stones, if it's all just
Probably has a lot of
then I can
rooms
set
in
it
it,
on
right?
fire.
It's probably all sectioned off. Like, I'm with you there. It's probably just pretty cramped in there.
Sorry,
Part-
Al, did you have a chance to oh gosh. Oh, he's just like wiping sweat furiously off his brow and face. It's really hot up here sometimes at the swamp. Oh, Al, did you have a
Yeah,
chance
humidity
to?
really gets to you.
Oh, it really gets to you. Yeah.
Is Lashar Lachey's sister? Are they sisters? They look
He
like
sort of
they could
like
be sisters.
freezes for a second and goes, you have a good eye. Yes, her older sister. Yes.
You haven't seen Lake Shay, have you? Sun mentioned that.
Visible beads of sweat along his forehead as he just
Oh,
goes.
yeah.
Not
Not Mr. Library,
not
there.
since the eastern. No, not since the Northern Water Tribe.
Someone else. Can
Easton.
I?
No, or did I
As-
say Eastern?
as we- As we move away from the table, can I try to snatch something off it?
You guys are still at the table. I don't think you're moving away from it, are you?
That's fine. I can also just do this. I have a move
Yep.
It doesn't belong to you.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know this one.
When you
Read it out
secretly
loud.
pocket something owned by someone.
Yep.
Someone else.
Oh my goodness.
Am I able to do that?
Let me just
I would like to
read.
help by distracting him as
Oh,
much as
don't
I can
worry.
as well.
When you secretly pocket something owned by someone undeserving. Ooh, someone undeserving.
He
Roll
does
with
not
harmony. On a hit,
deserve.
you swipe something from them. Your choice without them noticing you took it. Yeah, go for it. Roll with harmony.
While
I will give you a
he's
+1
doing-
to this.
While he's doing that, I would like to
Giant
use
stone
my
tablet
move.
under his shirt.
I
How
like
does
to
a
use my
14
move,
look?
Suspicious Mind.
Yep. I thought you might.
Nice.
I wondered when that was going to be coming out.
So a 14 will be good.
14 will do it. Suspicious mind. When you watch a person carefully to figure them out, roll with focus. Yeah, Shurva, roll with focus.
I got
You've already done
a
it.
9.
9. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. You can spend your 1 to ask any of the questions, and they have to answer honestly. What would you like to do? What question would you like to ask?
There is so many questions I'd like to ask.
So he's kind of distracted at the moment, talking to Shurva.
It looks like he's distracted talking to Shurva and Arl at this point in time. As
Okay.
Mako reaches up and just swipes from the table. Mako, what do you want to take?
I actually want to take the inventory list.
Great. You
The-
just roll it up really quickly and tuck
Yep.
it into one of the sleeves of your long flowing coat.
Do you want
Aquila.
to ask a really pointed question here?
to you.
Anyone?
I don't know what.
Like
Well, I mean,
asking for about a
he
specific
seems
person?
worried. He seemed to sweat balls when we mentioned Lake Shade, but like,
I
I
think
guess
I
it could
think-
also be. We could even be like more general and be like, what is really in that tent, maybe.
Yeah,
Or,
that's what
like,
I'm thinking. Because I could ask, like,
Like-
why are you so nervous speaking to us right now, and see how much I can get out of that. But also,
What are you hiding? Is a very open one that
I don't want to
know
get
how much
kicked
is
out just yet.
open.
I want to
Yeah.
have time so that I can look at this list in private and see what else I need to steal before we leave, and then get that person, and then
Oh, he's-
in 2 days come back and just beat the shit out of him before he makes it to the temple.
Hmm.
I mean, you could also word it as like, you look nervous. What are the things, plural, that you don't want us to know? I don't know, just some thoughts.
Anyway, Aquila, what were you gonna say?
I want to try and like walk over to Mako, not obviously making anything big or anything, but just talk to him and be like, I don't think we should do anything too big right now, because if people are leaving in 2 days, we should come back then rather than diving in headfirst when we don't know what's around.
Let's just burn down the tree.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That
but then we get the-
seems like a
Remember the
little bit of an
story?
escalation.
Remember the story?
You're wrong. You've already destroyed a
my
branch. You're dead. You're a dead man walking.
Branches. They don't care about branches. Branches that have trunks. Probably care about more, I guess. I'm going
My lovely swamp.
to tell me too much.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
I
Trunks.
don't-
I was more of a Goku fan.
I don't want to be turned into a tree, guys.
Vegeta all the way.
I don't want to be a tree. Don't like gravy.
I use Vegeta a lot in my cooking.
I've been trying to go cool for a while.
Like Vegeta.
Oh, have you had a chance to think through what we were talking about those weeks ago on our way to the Northern Water Tribe?
I'll would like to use his move furrowed brow.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't actually do anything. It's just +1 to focus. But he furrows his brow.
I have another move.
Have a moment to think about it.
Oh, we talked about so much, Brother Pilot. What exactly are you referring to?
The guiding wind. You might have noticed my robes are a little bit different to those I was wearing last time. The organization I work with belong to. We're looking for
Yeah,
some.
you didn't really tell me much about it. To be honest, like, it's hard to commit with. I don't really know what I'm committing to. Right? I wouldn't want to let you down later by saying yes now and then, you know.
Yes. Yes, well, I mean, the mission you're on right now to appease the spirits, I mean, this is a very noble goal that the Guiding Wind would very much approve of. It's the sort of thing we want to do, to live harmoniously with spirits, to connect with our deeper selves and our spiritual selves, and to help the Air Nation get back on track spiritually. We've been too involved in affairs that have nothing to do with us. I can see 2 hands raised. Andrew?
No, go with other one first.
I'm eavesdropping.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I would also like to do something else. I've got another move whenever I can, which I haven't used for a while,
Yeah.
where I find out their most significant problems at the time.
Oh boy.
So 1 sec. Sorry.
When you spend time talking to the locals about their problems, roll with harmony. On a hit, you hear about the most significant and serious problem at hand. Oh, I don't know if this is a good...
Don't know if it works.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good opportunity to use whatever I can.
I was
because this
looking at the
relies
same
on
one.
relies on people being like upfront and honest with you, not
Yeah, but
outright
if I just
trying to
assume
deceive
that
you.
they're lies.
And that doesn't
I mean,
help
look,
you at
absolutely,
all.
you can absolutely give it a go, and he will tell you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the truth.
No, it doesn't mean it's the truth. I just
Yeah.
want to know, like, what
What
he's
his
willing
answer
to
is to these
say
questions. Yeah.
to get where he's going.
What would you like to ask him? I believe you roll with harmony.
Yeah, I got a 9.
So on a 10 plus, you can ask a follow-up question. On a hit, you hear the most significant problem. Yep. So, well, the swamp is rather a hazardous location. We've been struggling to maintain supplies and making sure we have enough food and water for us and our for us, and making sure that we have everything we need and all the things we require. It's been we've been relying quite heavily on the locals.
Fair. Sorry, Al. You can go back. Maybe Aquila can get you some water. If that helps.
We've got a method to clean the water where every time it rains, we're able to collect it from the tree.
We can just
food.
go get some though.
I don't think we want to drink your bending water. If you were offering to head down and clean some
So how many
water
people?
from-
It's 7 people that we saw.
Oh, we've got a few more in the tent.
12?
How many total?
If you, why don't I give you a barrel to take with you, and if you could fill that with water, that would be very handy.
Not a problem.
If you're happy to. Otherwise, tell you what, why don't I come with a barrel? I'll come down with you. You can help separate the water out when you're on your way out, and then we'll fill up the water barrel, and then while you fly north to Omashu, I'll bring the barrel of water back up to the canopy.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
How would you get back up?
I'll take one of the
your own
skybox.
bison.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Did Shurva end up asking a question?
No, Shurva's been
No,
waiting
I
to see
haven't
which question
yet.
she wants
She's
to
been
ask.
holding on.
I've
Do you
been
have a-
waiting
do
to
you have your
see if
question?
you would like give something else away at all.
Yeah, you can.
Um,
Slowly giving stuff. She's slowly chipping away.
What's your question?
Do you hear that, Brother Pilot?
No? What? I don't hear anything. What?
It sounds like it's coming from the big tent. Are they calling for you? Oh no. Must have been my imagination. Sorry. Can I roll a trick?
Yeah. Although
That's a 13.
13 out of 6 success. So when you say must have been your imagination, he kind of relaxes a bit. Oh.
Oh no, I definitely had something that time.
Oh, well, why don't you sit tight here? I'll be right back. I'll just see if they need me for anything.
I'll follow him.
No, you stay here. No, please. Stay here. I'll be right back. No need to worry. I'll be back in a moment.
I'll quietly just follow him.
Quietly we talking. It's an open clearing at the top of a tree.
Just like a puppy.
I'm not following.
Wait.
Was he like? Describe it to me. Is he just walking away and just like looking behind him and seeing me behind him?
Yeah, seeing you walking and up and be, no, sit down, please, please. I'll be a moment. I promise. I'll be right back. Just give me two seconds, please. And then he turns to go walking away again, and then turns back. Are you still following?
Fuck! I wasted my trick. Is there a window to the tent?
No windows to the tent.
Is there something I can walk over to have a look at that's not at the tent but close to the tent?
There are other tents around it as well as the bison arranged on a larger branch, probably about 10 meters away from the tent itself.
Okay.
How is the tent secured down?
I'm gonna go walk over to around the bisons.
As you head over to the bison rung, you can see the bison sort of eating from a trough. Shurva, your question about the tent, how's it secured? It looks like two clasps, one at eye height and one at waist height, keeping the flap, the two flaps that lead into the entrance closed.
No, but like, how is it? Like, does it have pegs, like evenly spaced around holding it?
So there look to be metal hooks wrapped around the trunk and dug into the wood itself, into the bark. Like tent pegs, but hooks.
And I'm guessing it's like the tent is held pretty taut, like.
Yes, yeah. And there's about 9 pegs that you can see from the front. So you imagine there's many more around the back to the sides.
Okay.
Al, I need to know, are you still following Brother Pion?
I was just gonna go past the tent and go pee over there. I've just been holding it in for so long.
Oh, I'd rather you didn't near the large tent. There's a section over there that we've cleared for relieving oneself. If you could just head that way. You can't miss it. Talk to one of the other guiding winds. That'll help you. I'll be right back. I promise. If they're calling for me, they need me quite urgently. I'll be back in a minute. And with that, he rushes up to the tent, nods to the 2 guards, and heads inside. Al, I need to know if you're following still.
Al looks at the others. Mako
Yeah,
shaking his
Marco's
head.
shaking his head.
Nodding.
Aquila's nodding.
Rung is.
I shake my head when I look at you. I like shake my head towards where you're going, but then the bisons. I mean, is it like a stable of bison?
No, it's just they're all laid out next to each other along a large feeding trough.
Are they
It's
like
massive
tied
branches
down to anything like that?
No,
Or
they're not. They're not
just
tied
like-
at all. No, they're not tied at all.
Okay. But
Can I assess the situation?
I look at
You
Al
bet.
and I sort of like I nudge my head towards the bisons. Yep.
I would also like to assess the situation.
Shurva 9. You can ask a question. What would you like to know?
What would be the best way in and out of that tent without being seen?
Around the side or back. If you were to slice through
With a
the
bone knife.
material, you'd be able to get in easily. It looks like
But
it's
would
quite
we
a
be
thin
able to get
material.
out without them knowing that we've gone in?
Well, depends.
sliced
So
it.
if it's full of stuff, as Brother Pion suggests, if you were to come in through one of the sides, you might be able to hide behind crates or boxes. If there's other things in there, hard to say. But to get out undetected, probably the front door, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get in without cutting a hole. As Brother Pion pushes his way through the tent flap, there's a
Can we see
brief-
what's inside when he opens it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. There's a brief glimpse inside the tent, and you can see a large wooden structure, half hidden in shadow, comprised of what looks to be poles arranged in vertical lines. There's a brief conversation that you can hear drifting out from the tent before Lachey emerges with Pion at her heels. As she steps out of the tent and looks towards you, she cocks her head. Why are you here? What has brought you to our camp here? Brother Pion has tried to vouch for you, but personally I'm not convinced. No, I've spoken with this young Eben. He could be potentially is not what I'm interested in. Why are you here? All of you. Answer at the same time. 3, 2, 1.
I got lost.
Tourist in the
Traveling.
banyan tree.
Spirits.
Brilliant. That was as chaotic as I hoped it would be.
Oh,
She
spirits and
closes-
banyan tree were the two major themes, right?
She closes her eyes and nods. Well,
Also, question.
perhaps you should join our other guests who are here staying with us.
So I have a question. Do you only take airbenders?
She looks over at Brother Pion and back towards you, Mako. For some roles, no.
Interesting.
Everyone has their place.
That is true. would you be keen on someone outside joining?
What can you offer the guiding wind, young firebender?
You just said it. Like,
A firebending.
firebending?
I've also done some research and physical hands-on experience with spirits.
It's very true.
I'm also able to do this now, and I hold up my hand and electricity just zaps between my fingers.
Interesting. Not true lightning bending, something different. Brother Pion, are these the children you mentioned who were involved with the 4 elemental spirits? Yes, Lachey, they were trying to appease the 4 spirits. I believe they have been successful in appeasing 3 of them so far.
Nah, just 2.
No, fuck's sake!
I love
Jesus!
you so much, Al. You're the best. 2. Which 2 of you particular? Spirits often impart a blessing on those. You, spirit of air. She points at Mako. It's over. She moves back and forward. The young air nomad. You have a look about you. You were the other one, weren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think we have more that we need to discuss.
Also,
Please.
this mural over here looks very familiar to what we've seen.
All right. Before we get into that, because that's a whole other thing that we're gonna have to
Oh, I
touch
like
on.
this art.
I like this art. No, but she knows what I'm talking about.
I think we might have more that we need
Go
to
drawing
talk
of Yavu,
about.
I mean, who?
Pion, you could prepare one of the tents for our guests. I think we'll make sure we have them set up. Perhaps they would like to stay the night. I have some questions. Maybe some
I
tests.
think you
I'd
were
like
about to
run.
threaten us just before.
Yes.
Still, you mentioned some other guests that are here.
Yes, I thought you might like to join us. Join our other guests here.
Who are the other guests?
What threats? I heard no threat in those words. My
Oh, okay, sorry. Who
That
are
was
the
just
other
a show of
guests?
hospitality. Have you not heard of that before?
Apologies. Who are the other guests?
That's not important right now. I think we should discuss this first, and then perhaps at dinner we might get to meet our other guests.
Dinner,
Time is
dinner.
it? It's still like midday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we got time. Cool.
Great. Please, Brother Pine, you would take them over to one of the tents that is currently unused. I will be with them in a moment. I have one more thing I need to attend to. With that, Lachey nods and heads back inside the larger tent. Brother Pion sort of like looking at her with wide eyes as she walks back in and looks back towards you and goes, right, well, please, come this way. We have one of the spare tents just over here. Please, follow me. And with that, he begins leading you towards one of the smaller bell tents. And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight, because that is going to be... There's potentially a lot that might happen here, and I want to make sure we give it enough time to explore properly. Oh boy.
I'll
Okay.
do
Hi,
a
guys.
quick like
I'm
surveying
joining a-
situation of like all the what do you call it, the bison in that little area, that sort of thing.
I reckon
See
save it for the
what
beginning
that
of the next one, Rung, because I
Okay,
think I
so
know
that-
where your
okay.
mind's going with this, and I think if you do it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
next one, the plan you're doing you remember it much better, I think. I reckon save it.
Okay.
I think that's
save
going to
that
be
for later.
I think I know where your brain's going, so I think save it for the beginning
Oh,
of this
yeah,
one, and
you
we'll
do.
open with that. We'll open with that check. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
you guys. You really
So we're
like
all joining the guiding wind.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that's
No, we're
exactly
turning
what
into
we're
their
doing.
test subjects.
Well, I don't look.
Yeah, when you said test,
Oh, you think
Me and
that's
Mako.
fine. I'm
have
also okay with
things-
that.
Me and Mako have things to like bring to the table.
Yeah.
Why you?
I got rocks.
Really? Why him?
Bloodbending.
They don't care about
Bloodbending
bloodbending.
has
Why would they care
talked
about
to the
bloodbending?
guy that's on the mural.
Unless, of course,
personally?
you've been taught that bloodbending by a spirit. I mean, then they might be a bit more concerned.
Yeah, maybe taught that by the guy you're trying to bring back. Maybe they're funny.
Maybe by the guy that's on the thing that's we're looking at. Yeah. Who knows?
Oh my
Maybe,
goodness.
maybe.
Well,
Tell
we'll
them
find
we've
out next.
imprisoned him.
You'll find out next time on Embers of War. Until then, stay safe, stay well. If you've been watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already. To those legends who are, you're legends. Thank you very much. For those who haven't, come be a legend. Come hit the subscribe button. Be a legend with the rest of us.
And ding the notification bell as well.
Yeah,
that's too
absolutely.
much effort. Just subscribe.
I do
press
understand
that button.
though, with me dropping Tears of the Kingdom episodes every single day, if that's a lot of content for the notification bell, I totally understand. The subscribe button's the more important one. Notification bell, I'll take or leave. Up to you guys. If you want to watch more of Tears of the Kingdom, please do. If not, don't worry about it.
Agree.
Well, I'm
Agree,
sorry
Matt
for trying to shell for you, Owen.
Thank you, Dave.
Sorry,
I do accept that apology.
Matt Flower, you're right.
Matt Flower, you are correct. 100% water under the bridge.
Definitely Yavu is over being betrayed.
gonna-
For those of you who are listening to this recorded, make sure you go and check out the Return of the Giants campaign that's on tomorrow. No, not recorded. For those watching live, Return of the Giants is back tomorrow night. It's going to be very, very exciting. For those of you who are also watching live on Twitch, we're going to be going and raiding another channel. I think we might go and raid... Let's go raid Crit and a Miss. We've done Corsair's Cove a few times. Let's go raid Crit and a Miss and say hi to them. Are they still going?
Yeah.
They are. We'll go raid Crit and a Miss then. So, stay safe, everybody. Stay well, and we will see you all again really, really soon. But until then, goodbye. Goodbye!
Bye.